Explain that spicy grass must be delicious. Therefore, Kino put the roast back in his mouth. My ears can't help shaking my tongue again. It hurts. Resist the pungent taste. Kino chewed and swallowed it twice. No more spicy grass on the barbecue after that. Dillis sighed with great regret. The orcs of this world. Life is too simple. What kind of life is this if you don't eat spicy zazawa? Dillis ate with relish. Lore secretly follows Dillith almost every day. See Dillith for the roast. Coated with a strange kind of grass. They ate it with relish. Lol, who ate raw meat for days on end. Seduced by a shovelworm. This also happened to give Lori the opportunity to talk to Dillis. He took his piece of raw meat and walked over. Dillis, can I exchange food with you? There was a simple light in Lore's clean eyes. No need to exchange. Send you Dillis. Very quickly pick up a piece of spicy grass-coated barbecue. Put it in Lore's hands. For fear that he will refuse. Yes, but on one condition. Dillis grinned, don't waste the nest. Lol patted his chest and promised never to wait. The righteous Kino couldn't bear to watch silly children be deceived. Just wanted to remind. Dillis slapped him quickly. Kino had no choice but to shut up and eat more. Dillis grinned. Lore was flattered. Eyes moved. As a result, the barbecue is just a big bite. Dillis and Kino, staring intently at Lore's reaction. See him stew, the two laughed tacitly. As a result, Lore is delicious. Although the tongue hurts, but I don't know why I still want to eat it. And Lori takes on the form of Dillis, Shashar. While evaluating the barbecue, eating eagerly. The old man simple Kino doesn't understand. I really don't understand the current young hands. 3 or 2 bites ate the roast that Dillis gave her. Lore offers to help. Just about to sit on the other side of Dillith. As a result, Tilos repaired it. Stood by Dillith's side. Lore, I had to sit opposite Dillis in disappointment. And picked up a stick that had been sharpened by Kino. Put the skewers on. The stick is broken. It may have been influenced by the chef Kino. This is the first time Dillith has seen someone wear a tag. Break the sign. Meet Dillith and his significant others. All surprised to see, Lol's face is so red that it can drip blood. Sorry. I accidentally ended up with the second click and broke again. Dillis narrowed her eyes. Seems to know it all, Lore. Have you ever cooked meat? Lore Shaw can't do it. I wish I could turn into a beast now. Put your head in your wings. I became an adult last month. After saying that, Lore felt that as a male, can't show weakness like a favorite female. So I quickly added a sentence that I can learn. I'm a fast learner. My father praised me as the most gifted orc of the British race. Dilith silently glanced at his beast culture. No, see, in just a few days, Lore has already kissed. I heard that orcs leveling up is like being reborn. It's not that painful. But it must be very uncomfortable for a day or two. Dillith felt almost... You can see the hardworking Lol every day. For a while, I don't know when she was promoted. Kissed just a month into adulthood. The orcs of the big tribe are really guilty. Dillith as an adult for 2 months. Is Lanwin's orc? Suddenly you have the kind of leader. But the anxiety of being caught up soon. See Dillith looking at her own animal text. Lore subconsciously stood up several times. He should have done it for himself. The first adult is kissing with pride. But think of Dilliski. To instantly solve the scene of kissing a beast. Lori felt that he had to pursue distance. Dillis is going to be a long time to have the power to match the mercy of God. It's not enough yet. He needs to work harder. The British beast says it is integrity. At worst, they're textbooks. They believe that strength is the key to pursuing females. Even the only requirement for pursuing a female. Therefore, there is no absolute strength. British beasts don't speak of significant others who are me. Such words. That's why English. The reason why family singles are popular with many people. I don't know what Lore thought of. Suddenly, it settled down and wore barbecue quietly. Hanging at the corner of the mouth has a seeming effect. Dillis was so flustered by his laughter. The barbecue in my mouth is not so fragrant. After eating the eggs in the barbecue pit, they are almost baked. Dillis dug the egg out of the fire. A little hot. He pinched his earlobes to cool down. Lore kept looking at Dillith quietly. See him being scalded subconsciously, Neil Hammer. Although I don't know why I pinched the earlobes. But Lore just thought Dillith was cute. Tyros doesn't like to eat anything hot. So wait until Dillis starts wrapping baked eggs. Tilos, he hasn't eaten his first piece of barbecue yet. Not only did the boss not eat it. And it's spicy. Put the barbecue at the entrance of the cave to cool down. Although it depends on the weather of Dian chicken, it doesn't drop the temperature by much. Rachel is mainly responsible for supervising the order of the team. However, because the Dillis family of 3 are repeat offenders, so Rachel could literally become... It's the Dillis home supervisor. He comes running again, Dilos. Food cannot be kept outside the cave. The scent of plants attracts beasts. You'll cause trouble for the orcs in the entire cave. This time Dillith didn't argue. He also thinks it's not good. Is about to persuade Telos to take the food back. Telos has been excellent. Elegant to pick up a piece of roast meat with a snake tail. While eating, he said lightly. I am in charge of guarding. Rachel looked at Telos's gray animal print. Didn't speak again. The barbecue has turned warm, and all with a little salt. Telos enjoying a barbecue. From time to time, use the snake tail to point giant bullets. Signal for him to eat eggs. It's all snake beasts. Dillis is very fond of Telos. I understand very well the eagerness to eat eggs. But isn't he in a hurry? This egg is too hot. They can't eat all the eggs at once. So this time I only took 3 dillies. Tylos and Nogo alone. Kano put out the fire. Come and help Dillith knock the eggs. Landorks. Almost all of them can be described as rough-skinned meat later. Dillith thinks it's hot, no baked egg. I can't feel the temperature in Not's hands. I saw Kino calmly take the egg. Because the mood is good, ears pop out and shake every now and then. He knocked the egg on the ground with his hand. The crisp voice made Dillith drool. Then roll it to break the eggshell. Nox picked up an eggshell and tore it off. The eggshells are silky and all wrapped up. The eggshell is easy to peel. Is it new eggs or old eggs? Human memory is too long. Dillith thought about it for a long time in her mind. Didn't think clearly. For a moment he was distracted. Kino is already holding an egg. Break apart in front of him. Hot air. It comes out with the aroma of egg yolk. And threw Dillith in the face. Dillith swallowed hard. Snakes eat eggs for the first time. Dillith can't help but slap her tail. Tylo's snake tail is heavy. Knocked on Dillith's leg. Dillith's snake forest was scared back in an instant. Almost transformed into Dillith's. Keep an eye on Nox's cracked egg. I want to take it and get burned again. Kino couldn't help laughing out loud. He just moved closer to Dillith's. Sitting cross-legged in front of him, one hand on the knee, holding the egg in one hand and passing it to Dillith's mouth. It's like letting Dillith save his corpse. Dillith is welcome either. Blow hard on the egg. I almost blew myself out of breath. Then he took a careful bite of the egg. Meringue. Egg yolk, soft cotton. Dillith's eyes are wide open. Taste the egg slowly and carefully. Do you want to say what can buy snakes, beasts, and beast spirits? No need, just a boiled egg. You can quickly capture the heart of a snake. Why? Because snakes like eggs. But afraid of fire, so they never had the conditions to eat. Boiled egg, steamed egg, baked egg, Dillith the fastest to eat. In the end, he just grabbed Kino's. Guard yourself. Everything looks like a little firewood beast. The more you look at it, the more excited you become. The love in my eyes is getting stronger and stronger, but I'm afraid to love Dillith and eat eggs. He resisted the urge to rub Dillith's head. Just smile and look at him. The sun is just right. Significant others too. Lol is eating barbecue. There's this in front of you. Significant other love and harmony. Unspeakable sour in my heart. He suddenly thought of, haven't snake beasts always been very possessive? That is Telos, the other significant Dillith. I guess it's more sad than his heart. Lore guessed right. But what can't Lore do? There's more that Telos can do. Like now? Telos direct. Swallowed the egg in Kino's hand in one bite. Angry Dillith chased him and hammered. Telos leisurely hides. Take advantage of this time. And by the way, Link ate his own share of eggs. Dillith, who tried to snatch the eggs of Telos, was even more angry. Nox felt sorry for Dillith and gave him his eggs. I just handed over the wrapped egg. He was eaten whole again by Telos. Angry Dillith scolded when she went to bed that day. Sedalis is asleep. Telos is guarding the goal. Kino took out an egg and baked it. The distance between the two beasts is clear. It's within the family. I'm going to upgrade tonight. Telos was quiet until Nox looked over. He still looked outside the cave seriously. It takes a few days to get the picture of Kino. 2 days at the soonest. Well, Kino only replied. He failed in silence. Put the good egg next to Dillith. Walk to the cave entrance again. I'm going out. Come back at night. You take care of Dillith, by the way. Telos nodded. Kino is out. Telos sticks the snake's tail out of the hole. I go a little deeper into the hole. Dillith slept not far from the hole. Of course he would dislike the heat near the hole. But in order to accompany Telos, he didn't mind putting up with the heat. Bellows reached out and stroked Dillith's hair. Again and again, Lore has been assigned to patrol outside again. It stands to reason that Lore hunted today, he should no longer be patrolling. He needs to rest, but I don't know who arranged it. Lore is always arranged to be superfluous. Others are under fire. Although it will be a little tiring, but it's more exercise lol. So Lore doesn't complain too much. Telos waved to Lore, who was not far away. Lol will fall to the ground, running towards Telos on 2 short legs. His eyes glanced uncontrollably at Dillith. Telos' tail tightened for a moment, but soon relaxed again. Of course Lore felt it. The snake beast's momentary hostility. He stiffened. In the end, it's still the guts. Bravely approached Telos. Telos was silent for a long time. Just as Lore was thinking about tea, did Ross never call him at all? Telos finally spoke. The sound is cold before I come back. You can protect him. Lore straightened up several times at once. He took out the correct attitude of standing military posture. I could consider you as his significant other. Fuller knave. Little Saint's Dillith is going to nerf again. Tylos is leaving for 2 days to upgrade. I'm afraid that Kino can't take care of Dillith alone. Just said to Lore, if before I come back, you can protect him. Lore straightened up several times at once. He took out the correct attitude of standing military posture. I could consider you as his significant other, compared to the powerful orcs. Tyros would rather trust one. Silly baby who likes Dillith. If Lore knew what was on Thelos' mind. We'll definitely say I thank you. Lore's eagle eyes narrowed. He nodded solemnly as a teenager swore. I will definitely protect Dillith. Thelos done. One more round. Don't let Rachel near him. Lol, take a deep breath and I will. His 2 years of experience in the jungle. Let Dilith just have a little bit of wind and grass. We'll wake up. So when Telos stroked her hair, Delise woke up. I also heard all the conversations between the two beasts, so Dilith had to confirm a question. Telos, the strong man who once forced himself to stay. Although domineering, but I did it. What is righteous eyes for life? Tyros can care so much about himself. Dilith feels honored. Thank him too. He didn't wake up for a long time. Fake sleep the whole time, so he pretended to fall asleep again. When I wake up at night, Telos is gone. Nox is by Dilith's side. Has Tyros left? Dilith asked Kino. Nox was surprised. Immediately react. Delise was probably taken aback by their conversation. Wake him up and nod. Dilith didn't ask any more questions, eating eggs in silence. I don't know why tonight's eggs are a little bad. Nox went to get food for himself and Dilith. Because Zhongsho doesn't know. Dilith eats as much as a male. They were given only one male, sex, and the amount of a female. Nox can't reveal Dilith's identity. So the plan is to, after they finish the barbecue, take Dilith to eat a small stove in the mountains. It turned out to be roasting meat, wolf leader son Rachel with half a hunt. Things have come far. Dilith saw his mother Deli jumping. The wolf leader stopped Deli's move to chase after him. Wait until Rachel walks in. Lol came out of nowhere. I swiped and sat on the other side of Dilith. Keep an eye on Rachel. Rachel snorted disdainfully. Dilith leaned lazily against Nox several times. Block the heat of the flame with Nox. It seems your mother doesn't like you very much. Come find me, Rachel sheephead. He has no right to meddle in my business. Dilith listens to the outpoint tone. He turned to look at Rachel. Ask why he is your mother. He doesn't like me, so I don't like him either. And Rachel was silent. No answer. Gillis didn't hear the full gossip. I'm not in a good mood. But this didn't stop him from refusing Rachel's hunt at all. There is a ration of food for the recipient and the female. Don't take extra care of me. I will take care of myself. This is my food. Here you go. Rachel's going to grill the prey. Of course Nox wants Dillis to eat more barbecue. But he looked at Dillis's face, blocking Rachel's movements with her hand. My significant other says he doesn't need your food. Take it back. Lore stood up and went hunting. Dillis hurriedly called Lore back again. Although barbecue is better, but Dilith still sees the situation clearly. Besides, I have eaten raw meat for 2 years. Can you still care about these 2 paragraphs? What about your significant other Tilos? Rachel Meadow changed the subject. Dilith has already thought of this reason. He comes back quickly. He goes hunting for me. Rachel Mitch is also obviously unfortunate. He's been out for a long time. As a gray orc. Won't be back for so long. Dilith was suddenly surprised. It's been a long time since you came back. Kino, let's go find Telos. With that said, Dilith is about to leave. Rachel saw that Dilith didn't answer his words at all. A little annoyed Dilith. The team is about to leave. Can't leave the team at this time. Dilith had to stop again. Very righteous words. So I give up my significant other? Besides, Tyros is a gray snake beast. It is also a strong combat force in the team. For whatever reason, I have to find my significant other. Rachel's unexpected remarks by Dilith. The omission of the team, the heart seems to be ringing. He's inexplicably sour, but you're a female. If you are in danger, your significant other will also die. You only care about Telos. Don't you care about Kino? I care about my significant others equally. So I'll pay attention to the points. Thank you for your concern. Rachel also wants to argue against him. However, I heard Dilith's last sentence. He was so pissed. He left with a solemn snort. Dilith quickly took Nox out of the house. The gatekeepers didn't stop them when they saw Rachel. It's not easy to stop Dilith. Just like that, he got out of the cave smoothly. Laura remembers Telos' account. He fluttered his wings and flew out. However, in order to better protect Dilith, he keeps waist low in the forest. Get as close to Dilith as possible. On the road, LOL, still thinking about Dilith's words. Dilith said that Telos went hunting. When Dilith said that, Lore hasn't reacted yet, until she followed Dilith out. Only then did Lore understand Dilith's intentions. I have to. Dilith is a very smart female. She's always thoughtful. Halfway, Dilith chased Lore back to the cave. Mickey has an appointment. She needs Lore to look after her luggage. Lol was just about to say no. It occurred to her that Dilith might be about to eat. I don't want her to find out who she is. I had to go back obediently. If Dilith doesn't say it, then she won't say it either. Dilith is a very vigilant female. Thinking so, Lore doesn't think he's good enough for Dilith again. The entire eagle was visibly lost. Back to the cave. Rachel chuckled at him. Lore was already in a bad mood. The whole eagle exploded with such a smile. Got into a fight with Rachel on the spot. Both orcs kiss. Lol might have had the upper hand before. But now the two beasts are evenly divided. Pulled apart by the wolf leader. Lore looked back at Rachel defiantly with an eagle head. Trash. He was kissed as soon as he became an adult. Rachel naturally thought of that too. So angry that the hair all over his body exploded, he didn't listen to his father's instructions to pursue females. Determined to upgrade well. Where did Delise come out to find Telos? Just looking for a chance to come out for a big meal. Quickly find a hunting ground. Turn into a beast and hunt with Kino. It's been a long time since I turned into a beast hunting. Delise is in high spirits. It was solved with Kino soon. A beast was frightened and given to Kino. This was laid by Delise. Nox doesn't want significant other results. Dillis said, I don't like people lower than me. The orc white tiger was injured. Distressed to eat and frightened. The meat of the beast can also increase the level. Although at dinner in the evening, Nox gave up his food to Dillis. But to avoid revealing his identity, Dillith only ate a little more, far from satisfying her taste. So this matter, Dillis is fishing fast against the beast. There is a lot of energy in the beast. You can eat beasts more satiated than beasts. It's just that the meat of the beast is not delicious. Females still prefer to eat the meat of wild animals. So, high-ranking orcs also hunt wild animals. Dillis likes to eat, of course. But he cared more about building strength. To prevent hunger tomorrow morning, Dillis meant to eat himself. And he went back contentedly with Kino. It wasn't long before the team set off. Dillis changed into a short skirt. It's convenient to straddle Kino's back. Upper body on Kino's back. Thin terrier clutching Kino with both hands. Avoid being overwhelmed. The nights in the hot season are much cooler than the days. But I can still feel the enthusiasm. But Dillis is now well adapted to the temperature. And feel very comfortable. After all, there is no harm without comparison. After 2 days of walking on the grassland, Telos hasn't come back yet. Dillis thought it was Tyros who hadn't caught up with them yet. However, it took another 2 days. Ross still hasn't come back. By this time, they were halfway through their journey, about to cross the northern forest to the North Sea. The leader of the Twilight Wolf clan is in front of the team, announcing the precautions for entering the boreal forest. Dillis has been looking at her thigh roots a lot lately. See if Telos' animal script is still there. That's pretty good. Telos looks safe. But why didn't Tyros come back? Could it be that I finally got bored with him? I have been to my own event. I don't think so. Dillis was thinking to herself. I suddenly feel like crying. I don't know why, I just want to cry so much. And with that thought, Delise actually started crying, eyes full of water. Tears rushed down like soybeans. Nox was terrified. She quickly turned into a human and hugged Dillis. Let Dillis sit on her lap. Cece, what's wrong with you? Laura is also in a hurry. She spread her wings and came to Dillis in a panic. Dillis said nothing and rolled tears silently. Beans are so weird. It's really weird. Why is he suddenly so sad? Nox kept hugging Dilith and coaxing. Lore can't get close to Dilith. I can only look at him so far away. The line of sight is inadvertent. Telos' wrinkles have faded. Lore seemed to know why Dilith was crying. But he dared not say, I dare not remind Dillis. I can only walk away with a guilty conscience. He was standing far away from Delise. Turn into a beast and squat. I wanted to escape, but I can't help but want to see Dillis. Taking a sneak peek at the animal text of Tilos, by the way. Dilith's situation caught the attention of the wolf leader. Send Rachel over to check on him. Rachel hasn't been to Dillis in a few days. Come back to Dillis. He's still a little uncomfortable. What's wrong with him? Kino is not in the mood to be with Ray right now. What does Chell care about? I just shook my head and said that I suddenly started crying. Maybe he's worried about Tylos. He hasn't been back for a long time. Rachel looked at Dillis' thigh. Telos' animal culture is still intact. He frowned, called in the only veterinarian on the team. The vet is an old man who doesn't know what race. Then she smiled and looked into Dilith's eyes. He touched her forehead again. Delise burped from crying. But she didn't want to make too much noise and be ashamed. I kept my mouth shut. Veterinarian's gaze, it landed on Dilith's lower abdomen. He reached out and touched her lower abdomen. I sniffed it again. Delise was embarrassed by his action. I just miss my dad so much. It's okay, little magnet. This is a cub. Dillis is shocked to have a cub. Who did Chloe jump to? Rachel will cry. Delise's sadness. I was shocked by the news. Delise's sadness. I was shocked by the news. The eyes of the three beasts swiped, shot like an arrow. The veterinarian wasn't panicking. He even stroked his beard. It's the cub of the serpent beast. When you arrive in Beihai, your baby will probably give birth. Dillis blinked and blinked. The mouth opened for a long time. Nox is a little lost. But thinking about the Dillies he almost killed. Lost reputation. I can't stop feeling guilty. Fortunately, Dilith soon became pregnant with a baby. Nox's guilt barely faded. He soon regained his senses. Does a female need to pay attention to her pregnancy? The old vet was still stroking his beard. Magnetism is healthy. Nothing to pay special attention to. Snake cubs can be eaten. When the female is hungry, the snake cub is hungry. Feed the female as soon as possible. Don't always starve females. Otherwise the female will not be able to conceive snake cubs. Will I die if I can't conceive? Dillis asked the veterinarian stupidly. The old god is nodding. Will the little god starve to death by me? The veterinarian is nodding again. The viability of the snake beast is very tenacious. Dilith thinks of her childhood. Squatting snake beasts are really tenacious. The old veterinarian suddenly thought of something, surprised to ask the female. Haven't you felt hungry lately? Speaking of this, Dillis is somewhat guilty. He has been secretly opening a small stove for himself. Eat more and eat less. He is hungry. I really didn't care too much about my food intake. To avoid suspicion, Dillis replied guiltily. It seems like too much. The old vet must have nodded low. That's normal. The faster it comes to life, the more the female craves meat. You asked your significant other to prepare more roast meat for you. Knox asked the veterinarian a lot of questions. So old that Dilys followed them hunting. Small enough to ask clearly what water to drink. Until the old veterinarian got bored. And Kino doesn't care, still asking in detail. I asked again that Dilys was sleepy and ready to go to bed. Knox just stopped. The boreal forest, like all other forests on the continent. The deeper you go, the more high-level beasts. The more dangerous. Through the boreal forest is the North Sea, the road at the junction of the North Sea and the Northern Forest. There are many small tribes. The largest tribes here are all in the North Sea. The tribe members are the sea orcs, Nuxer. The team reaches the last level of Beihai. It's through the boreal forest. This year, because there are constantly bizarre incidents of orcs disappearing, the wolf leader decides to distribute the females evenly among the squads. Each team takes a certain number of females to act separately, along the thickest part of the forest, overnight through the northern forest. Dilys and Derry are in the wolf leader's squad. Rachel was there. Lore was assigned to other teams. Dilys asked the wolf chief to bring Lore over. Lori's fluttering wings flew over excitedly. Compared to before, today's Dilys here is very popular. Many high-level beasts. People come to ask Dilys what prey she wants. They're on the move. We'll specifically hunt the prey that Dilys likes. Dearest was flattered, but she didn't really ask. He whispered to Kino. Kino explained that, because Dilith's other significant Tylos. Missing Nox is Dilith's only significant other. Or just a wolf kiss. This gave many orcs a chance to pursue their calling. As for why today, the orcs all came together. The main reason is that Dilith is pregnant with a snake cub. Very few females get pregnant the first time. Once wise-eye, it means that females have a strong reproductive ability. Orcs like fertile females. Speaking of Nox's grade, Dilith does have some ideas. He stared straight at Kino. Nox was explaining Dilith's confusion, and Dilys was staring at him like that. It's cold for no reason. He swallowed his dry throat. Dilys revealed 2 rows of small white teeth. If you don't upgrade, I'll kick you out. And here's the magic. Kino actually understood it perfectly. Dilys's kick is to dissolve significant other relationships with him. Nox was threatened. The hair all over my body can't help but be branched. He tore soft Dilith's head. Not now. No one takes care of you. Wait until the North Sea does not upgrade. Kick you in Lorgaru. Dilys keeps the 2 rows of little white teeth smiling. Nox was not convinced. He just kisses. Dilys showed 2 rows of small white teeth. You don't understand the love of celebrities. The old man Canordo exploded. The wolf team leader officially set off with the team. Dilith rides on Kino's back. Nox seems angry. Didn't talk to him the whole time. Dilith is immersed in the explosive news that she was pregnant with a snake cub. Not in the mood to talk. However, his silence made Kino think more. I thought that Dilith really hated herself for being too weak. After all, Dilith is a young adult magnet. It smells bad now. Kino struggled inside. It's not that I don't want to upgrade, but the upgrade takes a few days. Before reaching Beihai to set up camp, they are all in dangerous situations. If Kino upgrades at this time, it's like Telos. That's too bad. Kino's final decision, or continue to hunt as planned. Save fertilization. Wait until the Beihai to eat it together. From the afternoon until the next morning, they're all moving through the boreal. By noon, when the sun is at its strongest, the team just stopped to rest. Hunting and barbecuing take turns sleeping. Dilith got off Kino's back. Twink. Most of the orcs in the squad are out hunting. The remaining powerful orcs protect the females in the squad. Dilys and the wolf chief spoke. Ready to go hunting with Kino. Dilys, you're pregnant with a cub. Better not go out on a limb. Dilys stays with the wolf chief. Wenyan put his hands on his chest and illustrated what he did. Some females just like to push their limits. The wolf chief is not going to tell the true identity of Dilys. Just keep a good temper and explain moral interests. He's the female Rachel likes. As Rachel's father, duty to protect Dilys. Dilys rolled his eyes inside. Rachel likes him. Come on, that's a guy who only knows upgrades and rules. I poke every day. The upright kid who compares with Lore. He knows that liking is a fart. Oh, Deli's voice becomes shrill. Chuckling, obviously a little excited, Rachel actually likes such wayward magnetism. Is he blind? I don't agree with that. Dilys really wants to hit a woman. What should I do? The wolf leader maintains a good temper. Frederick Rachel has the right to choose significant others. It's not good to choose who to choose, but choose this female. Thin as dry wood. It's not good at all. It's temperamental and willful. And so ugly. Wayward. Dilys doesn't refute that. After all, in order to steal food along the way, that's all he can do. But the question of whether Dilith is ugly or not. Just vegetables. Each radish has its own love, but that's too ugly to hear. Deli looked Dilys up and down. Finally, I set my eyes on Dilys's big eyes. Appears to be particularly disgusted. The eyes are so big they look like disgusting Zerg. Dilys couldn't take it anymore, Deli. Shut your mouth if you can't speak. Deli's waist is straighter. Because of this action, her chest and waist concave a graceful curve. Many recipients are because of her proud action. Can't help but float past. Am I wrong? Your eyes. Nose. She looks nothing like a normal female. Dilith, I advise you. If you don't have the ability to win words, don't learn to win words and show your ability. Save yourself trouble. I want Nuxer to hold you back. Is there any way? He has a secret. It has to be hidden this way. Dilith was trying to reason with him. Suddenly noticed Deli's action. You remember from the first time you met Deli. Every time I dealt with him later, Deli will always be in front of him, intentionally or not. Chest up. Stand up. From a female psychological perspective, it's a kind of subconscious comparison. Why is Deli actually jealous of him? What is there to be jealous of? In front of Deli, Dilith looked down at herself. Bigger breasts recently. Still a slender waist. And the big-ass characteristic of female snakes. There is a feeling of touching the truth. Dilith thought about it. I still think it's better to be rare and have a better life. So he came to me knowing it was against the rules of the tribe. Make it difficult for the team leader, but it's my own way of life. I would be very embarrassed if I didn't do this. So in order not to make it difficult for both of us, if anything happens to me later, I don't need Nuxer to help me. I am responsible for myself. Lightweight. Dilith, don't be in danger then. And Baba came to beg us. The wolf leader thinks Deli has said too much. Hutulu? I'm really making Deli more and more proud. As the significant other of Deli and the unknown of Hutulu, the wolf team leader is simply in a dilemma. And he sighed. Soon pour the heaven in your heart to Hutulu. He implied that Deli Island Deli. Dilith is the female Rachel likes. Chief Hutulu also agreed with Rachel's decision. He himself asked me to take more care of Dilith. However, Deli, who is well-bred and thoughtful on weekdays, didn't hear the hint of the wolf chief. When he heard that Hutulu also defended Dilith, the sour feeling in my heart suddenly rose. He chuckles at a weak, ugly female. It's worth protecting him. Before Dilith came to Nuxer, Deli is the whole Nuxer tribe. The most popular female. He is beautiful and powerful. The females envy him. The males are all over him. But since Dilith came, Deli's voice suddenly became sharp. I'm the only saint in this tribe. Is your significant other, are you blind? So defending a weak and ugly female. What good can he do? Dilith really laughed. One bite is ugly and weak. As long as he secretly scolded Dilith behind his back, not so angry. Didn't you insult him in the face? Just this bad temper and bad character? Dearest really thinks she deserves to be victorious and compassionate. His anti-lip camera. I'm just an ugly and weak female. And you pick the ugly one over and over again. Weak female cacophony. Belittle everywhere. I deliberately straighten your back every time I speak. Compare with me, you and an ugly. What do weak females compare to? Are you jealous of me? Dilith speaks with rare tenderness. But it is also his deliberate tenderness and... Hit the nail on the head. Let Deli be directly stimulated to the point. Deli took a step forward. Almost hit Dilith. Dilith is a little taller than him. The closer Deli got, the more you need to look up at Dilith. Such an action made Deli look more like a clown. Deli became angry with me, a holy mercy. I need to be ugly with you. Weak females compare. Dilith was shocked. But it doesn't show. He watches the expressions of the people around him from the corner of his eye. Found other orcs after hearing the word holy. I'm not surprised. As if I already knew, yes. Certainly not for the reasons we often hear. After all, holy words are rare. Dilith feigned surprise. And since you think you are forgiving, powerful and beautiful holy word, can you take back your aggressive posture? Don't embarrass yourself in front of everyone here. Deli is blocked again. He gritted his teeth, Dilith. Dilith smiled slightly at Lord Dilith and Nishant's. You provoked me again. Dilith continues with a friendly smile. Who let you bite an ugly and weak? A grumpy female can't stand it, okay? The females around quietly agree and nod. Deli was trembling with anger. He glanced at the wolf chief. The wolf chief stood silently to the side. Obviously don't want to get involved in this anymore. The wolf chief is tired. And Deli was even more exasperated. Okay. Eat things inside and out one by one. He challenged Dilith. How about we play? If you lose, get out of Muxer. Dilith was amused. You have a holy word to hit me with an ordinary magnetic? Gambling so hard. Doesn't Deli feel slapped in the face? Deli was so angry that he wanted to yell at him, and Dilith suddenly changed. Accepted Deli's challenge. Of course he won't leave Nook. Even if the tribe wants to leave, he has to wait until he gives birth to the baby snake, when the little snakes have the ability to survive. The female challenges, the orcs can't get involved. Besides, power is a holy mercy. Also the wife of the leader and wolf chief. He has status and ability. Ordinary orcs don't dare to resist a good decision. In other words, as long as the force does not kill the female. The orcs have no right to stop Deli. Fighting with females. Dilith can't reveal his identity. Nox is worried that Dilith will be hurt. Get in front of Dilith. Dilith pushes Kino away. It's okay to pat him on the shoulder, by the way. Deli took the form of a beast. It turned out to be a sea blue mermaid with huge tail flag. It is also at this time. Dilith is at Deli's earlobe. See Deli's glowing vertical text. It turns out that the beast text of the Sea Clan orcs is in the earlobe, the moment of drawing. The powerful tail flag was shot over, and they're resting in a small space. Plus around Dillis and Deli. Filled with orcs, Dillis didn't have much room to hide at all. Deli didn't kill it first. Just want to teach a lesson. Unknown Dillis. The orcs naturally saw Deli's intentions, so no orcs went up to help Dillis. Just give it in public, for when Dillis was about to be slapped by Deli's tail, Dillis flipped over in a sudden light sideways. Escaped Deli's attack so easily. Deli followed up with several more attacks. They were all easily dodged by Dillis. Dillis's evasive behavior gradually angered Deli. Deli is getting harder and harder. However, Dillis still hid unhurriedly. On the contrary, it made the onlookers sweat, although Dillis is one level below Deli. But Deli was closely guarded year-round. Lack of practical experience. Dillis just has more than him. Plus the Delish sea orcs. Land combat is inherently disadvantaged, so Dillis dodged an attack from a Zewan orc. It's a little easy to hide. It's not that Leith doesn't fight back. It was his first fight with a sea orc. Don't know your opponent. He dare not take action lightly, but Daji figured out Deli's routine. Dillis finally gets to drive. Start fighting back. The advantage of the snake beast is its agility. The magnetic orc's body is softer. After special training, it can even reach the state of weakness and boneless. Dillis a few flips. While dodging a powerful attack, one side is close to the powerful upper body, instantly shot directly at Deli's chest. Deli prospecting dodged Dillis and seemed unhurried. The shot was quite fast. Deli broke out in a cold sweat for no reason. The orcs around couldn't help but exclaim, "Is it the female of the snake clan?" Still, only Dillis is so good. To be able to fight Saint Zidley to this extent. After reacting, Deli was furious. He put his tail away, transformed into a more flexible humanoid battle. Mermaids are also very agile. Unlike the softness of the serpent beast, their bodies are incredibly flexible. Like a loach. Make it hard to catch the enemy. Snake beasts and mermaids attack each other. Fast shot. One is soft and the other is flexible. It was comparable for a while. The more the two females cheer up, the more sex they get. Deli quietly moved the battlefield towards the waterhole. Deli jumped into the water first. He immediately turned into a beast. Dillis followed. The orcs on the land of Dillis are in a hurry. They prevent Dilith from entering the water once. The battle is definitely one-sided with Deli. Dillis is an ordinary female. Even if he is not beaten to death by Deli, he will be killed by Shui Reverse. Kino chased directly to the edge of the pool. Dillis speed, soon without waiting for Kino to stop. He had already jumped. Just entered the water, Deli slapped his tail. Combined flow. Dillis apparently dodged. Deli's tail was also hit by the current. Deli kept shooting at Dillis. It gets worse with each move. Obviously, it is going to drive Dillis directly into a corner. Dillis doesn't allow underwater people to move in the slightest. He just sinks himself to the bottom and turns into a snake. Then take on Deli. Lenwin. He is also a saint. Just for a moment, Deli made a decision. Nuxer would never allow a second Saint Mercy. A more spiritual offensive is coming. Dillis rolled over in the water and easily dodged. Then he also threw a tail to Deli. This tail came straight to the face of Deli. Li Hyun-hyun dodged. He couldn't believe it. Himself a mermaid. Can't beat a wolf-patterned snake beast. It's a challenge to his dignity. Deli is murderous. Hit the key. Kill him. The mercy of Nuxer can only have him. Zewan orcs have level suppression. Deli, the orc of the pure water race. The combat advantage in the water, much bigger than the amphibious Dilith. Dillis can't take it anymore. Dillis starts to dodge. However, Deli pressed hard, gradually pushing Dillis back underwater. A huge mysterious creature lurks underwater. As Dillis and Deli approached, this mysterious creature begins to rise and fall. There is a precedent. Dilith noticed right away. The unknown creature underwater. He does a somersault in the water and swims to the surface. However, Deli did not let him go. Locked Dilith under the water and tortured. Can't communicate, Dillis had to force herself out of Deli's confinement. During this period, the skin was accidentally scratched by Deli. Blood gushed out. Slowly spread at the bottom of the water. Almost simultaneously, the unknown creature opened its bloody mouth. Only then did Dilith finally see clearly. In the pool here, there is also a stone beast jellyfish. Memories of past near misses. Filled Dilly's entire brain. Dillis seems to. You can also see generations of orcs being bitten by stone beast jellyfish. Swallowed screen. He's not afraid of anything. He is only afraid of this memory. Dilith is leaking air. Swim desperately to the surface. His mind went blank. Too late to think too much. Subconsciously wrapped around the tail, Deli took him ashore. The grudge has to survive anything. Of course, Deli also noticed this stone beast jellyfish. He also subconsciously fled to the surface of the water. But see, Dilith seems to be terrified of this monster. Heart move. While Dillis wasn't paying attention to him, he swung his tail. Pat Dillis underwater. I used my strength to quickly get to the surface. Dillis was accidentally photographed for an appearance. In an instant, a large part of Deli fell. And now the stone beast jellyfish is behind him. As long as he keeps his mouth shut, Dillis can be bitten in half. A figure suddenly broke into the business. Dillis saw the figure in despair. There's only one thought in my head: run. After Didi Alice went into the water, Nox also went into the water as fast as he could. But he is a mainland orc. Poor water quality. This moment of sinking. Derry and Dillis have hit the bottom. It's hard to catch up. He saw the familiar stone beast jellyfish. Knodang is about to turn himself into a circle. Accelerate the sinking speed. Reach out to Dillis. However, Dillis was slapped again by Deli's tail. Nox pupil constriction. Almost heals itself. Swim to the bottom like crazy. The wolf chief who followed Kino into the water. Of course I also saw this scene. He quickly grabbed Deli. The two beasts swam to the shore to fetch Kenora and hold Dillis. The two beasts spun in the water. Kno, he landed his back on the stone beast jellyfish's power cliff. Aika and Aria waited anxiously on the shore. Team leader Sword Wolf pulled Deli up. The two little females grew more and more worried. Aria's water smells of female blood. Aria's significant other. Ayeka shouted. Turn around and order significant others. Delise must have been hurt. Get in the water and bring Dilith up. Arya hurried, and ordered all his significant others into the water. The moment the orcs entered the water, a half-red and half-white tiger was thrown out of the water. The orcs on the shore caught Kino. Then a black snake jumped out of the water. Spinning in the air, snake-tail storage, shoot all the orcs who have just launched. Dilith sank again because of this force. The water turned black rapidly. Dilith turned around as much as she could. Snake-tail down. The next moment, a huge splash broke out on the water surface. A full mouth, long, the semicircular giant creature of Senbilia burst into water. The brains of the beasts. At this moment, everything becomes blank. All the orcs' eyes are wide open. Keep an eye on this unknown creature. Dillis tries her best to put the snake-tail to the edge of the toothless mouth of the jellyfish. Fortunately, this stone beast jellyfish is not very big. Plus, the last time I dealt with zoophobic jellyfish, Dilith quickly borrowed. Snake-tail flicks hard. Dilith rises into the air again. He opened his mouth. Two snake teeth at the same time, spraying toxins into the mouth of the animal-eating jellyfish. Kino, who had just landed, immediately got up and roared. Jump as high as you can with the trees by the pool. Push Dilith out of the range of the pool. And cushion Dilith himself. Hit the ground hard. His already bloody back is strong. Really suffered secondary damage. Dillis runs away with Nox. Only then did the rest of the orcs react. Regardless of the stone beast, after the jellyfish was attacked by Dilith's poison. The fact that it will soon be in the water again. Follow the back of the black snake and run. Deli was also led away by the wolf chief, and his eyes locked Dillis with hatred. I don't know how long. Dillis is so tired. He just stops. Ayeka and Arya were put down by significant others. Two females and a few orcs panted in place. Dillis couldn't take it anymore. Turned to Arya. And every significant other tale of Aika. Want to scold the beast, I feel that people are cutting it for themselves. A little loss, and he held it in. A few orcs didn't expect this black snake to beat beasts. I was taken by surprise. Maintains animal shape. Eyes stared, head propped up, staring stupidly at Dillis. Dillis of the halfling. Is Dillis actually male? No, Dillis is Saint Mercy. I haven't had time to be shocked yet. The orc slapped Dillis again. No, I can't stand it. Aika, and Arya by the strange-looking Dilith. Shocked to the point of petrification. Fool, a group of land orcs don't know. Check the situation first, then go directly into the water. Dillis still scolded. No, relieve your anger first. After scolding, it will be more relieved, but there's still a bit of stamina. Dillis is scheming to climb a cliff in place. The shadow of the stone beast jellyfish really lingers. The wound on Kino Gobu's back turned into a human form again. Hugged Dillis. Cece, calm down. They also want to save us. I know that. Dilith knows that. But just came out of a dangerous situation. Dillis is still a little afraid. It's a little reluctant to say thank you. Dilith turned to look at Nox's wound again. Behind the promise, because of repeated changes in form. The injury is much worse than Dillis's last time. It's gone to the bone now. Fertilization also has healing properties. Dillis from her own age. Take out all your own and Kino's inventory. All the brain was stuffed into Nox's mouth. Nox was so stuffed that he almost choked. He was just trying to stop Dillis. But I saw Dilith's eyes pretending to be calm. In tears, Nox stopped at once. Heart is hot. Kneel obediently and startled Dillis. It was only then that Ayeka and Arya reacted. What a dangerous decision they made. I also know that it is a beast of Dillis, trying to get all the significant others back. Grateful. Have significant others take out all their fertilization. Send Dillis for treatment. Canodilus also has a stone beast on her body. A jellyfish rub. But it's shallow. Ayeka and Kino worked together to force. For Dilith for a few pieces of fertilization. The rest went into Kino's stomach. Kno, fertilization has never been treated as a meal. Today is a bit of a luxury. Dillis order. Kino is now lying on the ground recovering from his injuries. He went to deal with other things. The situation of other orcs, not much better than Ayeka and Arya. First, I was scared by the stone beast jellyfish, and my brain went blank. Dilith, who was also a saint, was shocked to the spot stone. No wonder, Dillis, a female snake, can be raised. It turned out that he was Shang-Chi. A high-level orc muttered. Other orcs aside, staring at Dillis with different looks, while softly echoing, for fear that the loud voice will disturb this saint. Half a minute later, the holy mercy, the snake beast holds a small square piece of beast skin, a handful of snot and tears crying according to the corners of his eyes. So vicious, Deli is so vicious. I would like to pull him up. Instead, he pushed me. If Kino hadn't come to save me in time, block that thing with yourself, I'd be dead by now, crying and saying. Dillis wakes up. The snot was wiped with animal skin. I don't know if it's the corners of my eyes with tears or snot. The little nostrils are rubbed red at this time. Simple Ayeka and Arya. I really thought Dillis was super sad. One left and one right squatted beside Dillis, carefully comforting her. Many people were gathered around Dilith. There are also several females in the distance, or curious or concerned looking at Dillis. There are animals eating melons. The beast really cares about her, just because she is the leader and the wife is the saint. Just bully me. The dignity of the snake. How can you be trampled on 3 times or 4 times? I can't live this day. Dillis wakes up with another snot. Then use the already dirty hide. Wipe your tears. Arya. He took his already wet animal skin with disgust. I replaced it with a clean one for him. Luxor can't stand my filth. My significant other missing. Injured injury. I can't live this day. I'm taking my significant other with me. People see the pollution and stop it quickly. An orc called the Wolf Leader to preside over justice. The Wolf Team Leader is also very troubled by this matter. Don't wait for him to figure out how to solve it. He followed the Wolf Team Leader angrily. Dillis, don't whistle. Obviously you are underwater trying to pull me into the water. I broke free from you. You fell unsteady yourself. Dilith's eyes are bigger than a copper bell. I pull you into the water. I pull you into the water. You are a child. Can you be dragged into the water by me? Dillis stretched her neck, revealing his dim blue beast print. Deli was blocked for a while and didn't know how to refute. Ask him to admit that he is an orc. But the wolf orcs, how is that possible? You did this to me when I wasn't looking. Now the bad guys are telling us, Dillis, you snake beast is so insidious. Dillis wiped her face hard with the hide. Smash the hide to the ground. Stand up and point to the injury on your body. You deliberately led me into the water. You are a true sea orc. I am a snake beast. How can underwater kung fu compare to you? You can't stand here now and I can't. And my significant other? If you have good intentions, then Ayeka and Arya. Point to the injury on your body. Deli, you deliberately led me into the water. You are a true sea orc. I am a snake beast. How can underwater kung fu compare to you? You can't stand here now and I can't. And my significant other? If you have good intentions, Nayeka and Arya's significant other. Why don't you stop? Everyone was watching. Deli is intact. Dillis is hurt all over. Deli knew there was danger underwater. I can stop watching my people die. Dillis can do it alone. A mere blue text. Grant the power to save the lives of all the clansmen who go into the water. What about the Zewan mermaid? What about Luxor's most beautiful female? So cold-blooded and selfish. It will only disappoint the clan more and more. Deli still wants to do it again. Dillis suddenly relented. Just choke the topic. Don't argue. How about the truth? I believe that even if we don't say it, everyone will understand. Delis's words. A mouthful of old blood was directly blocked by Deli. I can't spit it out. I can't swallow it. He was clenching his teeth. But this is a provocation to his WeChat. If Deli eats this loss today, he will be a joke in Nuxie from now on. Who else would believe him? That's exactly what Dillis had in mind. He has had to reveal his identity to save people. Become the second mercy of Nuxor. Pushed into the spotlight of the beasts, and Deli obviously couldn't allow it. A tribe has 2 female saints. If Dillis shows weakness today, tomorrow Deli might try to kill him. One saint kills another saint. Even the saint who kills is the most unforgivable. But he is the holy mercy. No one will choose to kill another saint. Today, Dilith will take the opportunity. Build influence among recipients. He wants Deli to scold him even if he wants to. Also consider, weigh the consequences. Derry wanted to kill Dillis right away. But every word of Dillis is blocked at the door of his life. Jean Deli can just kill him now. It's a lose-lose situation. Not flattering at all. Dillis doesn't know what the Wolf Chief is thinking. Until now, the Wolf Chief separated himself from Deli. Something that doesn't argue for them at all. Until Dilith. I shoot now. Someone assigned you and Kino to another little game. That couldn't be better. Dillis is so indifferent that Deli's teeth are about to be crushed. Close to Dillis. Gloomy to Dilith. In the future, either you or I will die. Dillis's eyes are red. Skinny smile. Slowly draw out a middle finger. I don't know if it was intentional or a coincidence by the Wolf Leader. Delish and Kino just happened to be assigned to the team led by the Tiger Beast. The squad leader happens to have a good relationship with Kino. After Rachel and Lowell return from hunting, I still don't understand what's going on. Just one was chased away by his father, a blind wind with Dillith. Here comes Dillis's squad. When it comes, Rachel and Lowell are still punching you. I kicked each other and provoked each other, really against the enemy. Ayeka and Arya ran away decisively. Also switched to Dylith's team. 2 females walk away. The wolf leader's team suddenly went to a lot of people. Other recipients who have ideas about dailies. See if Ayeka and others can walk. They also asked the leader of the wind to wolf to change teams. Deli's face is getting darker and darker. The wolf leader is still very calm. It's hard to guess what he's thinking. And it turns out that the members of the Tiger Beast squad, because I don't know the cause and effect of things. Many recipients have changed teams in confusion, and then find out what happened and regret it. I want to change teams again. The wolf leader is not allowed. The end result of this is Dillis got a relatively central team. It's a blessing in disguise. Snake says, very satisfied. After that, Dillis was much more at ease. He began to freely transform animal and human forms. Hunt with the squad. Avoid drinking blood like hair. And then be generous in accepting other baked goods. Take it for granted that other recipients are sick. Not care. After eating all the fertilization. It took 3 days to recover from the injury. By the way, I was promoted from Lanwen to Zywin. And the child text is sparkling. It seems that there is only one chance left. He can complete the breakthrough. Of course, it is also very likely that Kino. I will never have this opportunity in my life. Zywin to Highwin is equivalent to the crossing of races. No one knows what the conditions for crossing are. So there are a lot of orcs stuck in Zywin their whole lives. Wait until Kino is fully recovered. Just hunt with Dillith. Rachel is a good kid who focuses on leveling up. Although Dillith revolutionized his mother. But only for individuals to rise to the 9 clans. I collected this seriously with peace of mind. Child to his hunting squad. Certainly, Lord Dillis, who was handpicked by Tylos, didn't leave either. Every day at noon, Dillis will be cold. Cool refuses to follow the hunting. Lively Ayeka. Tell his significant other to take care of Ayeka. Then he led his hunting party and set out. After coming back, barbecue, eat, and take turns sleeping. Continue to run wildly in the afternoon. Dillis is a good hand at surviving from 0. Although Bashino is 1 level lower. But he wasn't much worse than Kino. This is a very unfair thing. Amphibious snake beast. When fighting on land, it has more advantages than land. But when fighting in the water, it was almost crushed by the sea race. Dillis attributes him to being underwater. Unskilled in combat. More practice, but Dillith was already afraid of the pool in the forest. He decided to go to Bayhigh to practice in the sea. Many people have observed Dillis. Deliberately chose to hunt near Dillith. The results are all, Dylith's nimble and ruthless skills impress. Dillis is a shrine to fertility and combat power. The story immediately spread in the squad. More than 20 days in Dianji, they finally made it out of the boreal forest. Standing on the edge of the boreal forest, not far, you can see the boundary between the North Sea and the mainland. A little further away is the dividing line between sea and sky. Azure blue sky, azure blue sea, colorful coral floats on the sea. Adds a bit of energy to a calm ocean. Dillith, touch your already slightly raised lower abdomen. Take a deep breath, the moist air of the seaside mixed with the scent of grass. Delite? The coral floats on the sea. Dillis takes human form. Ride Kino and follow the team to the beach. The border between the North Sea and the boreal forest. There are already many small tents. The giant colony is the base where the teams of various tribes are stationed. Dillis and the others also found a relatively cool and empty place. Stationed before. Dillith never knew orcs could set up tents. I saw it this time. Lal and Rachel are here for the first time. Naturally, it was also the first time to pitch a tent. They also sprang up to watch Kino pitch tents. I see Keno. I went to the squad leader and got a card. Very large beast skin. I went to the forest to find a lot of different lengths. But a very sturdy tree pole. Sharpen them with claws. Give it to Lore and Rachel. Smash the finished stakes into the ground as marked. The 2 little brats even put a stake there. Faster than who? So that they are quite efficient at setting up tents. Nox himself covered the beast skin on the stake. The 4-sided beast skins just surrounded along. Each side of the cube lands perfectly. Nox again from his own hide. Cut out a few strips of hide. At the top and bottom where the skin and the stake coincide. Drill a hole through it and tie it up. A simple tent is set up. Dillis looks good at Ziza. The craftsmanship is pretty good. Kino is such a good family man. Blessed are you so revitalized. Lal and Rachel learned the Nox method. I went to the squad leader and got a smaller beast skin. The tent is ready. The orcs who have suffered from inflammation in previous years, they all received a huge beast skin in the first year. And I used it every year until the hide broke. The bigger the skin, the brighter the skin. It means that the higher the level of the beast, the worse it is to get it. The more it reveals the strength of the tribe. And within, the higher or more respected the orc. You will get better beast skins for tents. Delice's tent. It's just a huge pink beast skin. The powder is very bright. This pink beast skin looks smooth. It feels soft and slightly cool. Dilith had good reason to suspect. This is the skin of another snake beast. Considering that snakes are not so thick, Dilith denied her own idea. But that doesn't stop Dilly. Silk uses excess beast skins to make clothes, split together with its own snake legs. Black and pink Z's premium color scheme. Nox helplessly emerged from the tent, cut off a large piece of beast skin, making clothes for Delise. After thinking about it, I might as well remove the entire hide. Making clothes for Delise, I went to the depths of the forest, hunt new hides for Dilith. Dillis looked at the huge pink hide. I came up with the idea for pants. But think about it. When drawing, you can't take off your pants slowly first, right? The picture is too beautiful to look at. Therefore, Dilith had to decide to make another maxi dress. Gillis sat on his own bear, in the middle of the stakes, getting ready to make clothes. Subconsciously look for a needle. I can't find it after searching for a long time. Just remembered that the needle was placed on Telos' body. Eyes can't help but dim. He looked down and saw that the beast print on his thigh was still there. Take it easy. Give the hide to Arya to help keep it. Go to the beach to catch fish and make needles by yourself. Lal wants to come. As a result, Rachel dragged him to be the captain of the squad. Business, no one wants to approach Dillis alone. Dillis refused the protection of the others. Finally, I came to the beach alone. There are really many colorful mountains floating on the sea. If you look closely, the reefs are in a regular arrangement. The same color, types of coral are often grouped together. Dillis can't understand what this is doing for a while. Barefoot on the sand. The beach is very hot in the evening, although Dillis' level can withstand such temperatures, but it would make her very uncomfortable. The last bit of walking on the beach is gone. Dillis ran quickly into the water in her long dress. Soaking the feet is not enough. Dillis went a little further in. Soak your entire lower body in water. The female sea is dangerous. Come up and the kind orcs remind him from the shore. Dillis was immersed in Wang Hai's excitement. Looking back at the orc, cracked 2 rows of small bared teeth. It doesn't matter if I'm an aquarium. That won't work either, playful sea orcs. We'll deliberately drag you into the sea. You need a strong male to protect you. Dillis wasn't going to explain. Waving to the kind orc, I bent down and started looking for fish in the water. Well, I didn't make it across the sea. There will be fish cloth by the sea. Dillis thought about it. And I put my hand in the sea. Feel the waves gently rise and fall. Dillis was distracted after a while. Come back to your senses. I don't know when. Dragging a huge slippery pink shaker fish. Dillis moved. Shake the fish motionless. Dead? Take a closer look. This fish has 2 horns on its head. The tail is extra slender. Like a long whip. It doesn't seem to be shaking the fish. What is this fish called again? Shares commonly known as devilfish. But don't manta rays live in the deep sea? And do manta rays come in pink? Dillis struggled to raise her arm. Turn this pink manta fish over. The devilfish smiled peacefully. Still motionless. Wait a while. Fish still doesn't move. All right, do it. Dillis sells nail clips. Approaching the head of the devilfish ready to slaughter. The fish that was still peaceful just now slipped away. Slender tail, and by the way, he threw Dilith a whip of water. Dillis took a mouthful of seawater. The heartless and disliked embryo took a bite. Open your eyes again. That pink devilfish is floating not far away. Side-facing Dillis. The eyes on the side are right on Delise. As if looking at her, you thought Delise would smile. Put your arms up and say hello. Dillis squatted on the ground with her legs crossed. And this fish stares at. You thought he was observing each other. No, he was thinking about the number of times the manta rays were not suitable to testify. As the saying goes, can you try it and you'll know? Dillis raised her leg and walked towards the manta rays. I don't know when the claws have been sold. Take a stand. The devilfish probably saw Dillis's intention. Every step Dillis takes towards him. He takes a step back. 1 more step. 1 step back. Dilith is out of patience. Turned around and went fishing on the other side. As a result, the devilfish followed again. He takes a step. He follows. As Dilith walked, she began to run in the water. The devilfish are chasing after. Dilith suddenly braked the car. The devilfish didn't stop. She was grabbed by Dilith. The devilfish flutters its wings. Struggling, he's too big. For the convenience of observation, Dilith simply pressed the fish under her. Get a closer look at the manta ray's wings. Crazy patter. The slender tail tried to wrap around Dillis. Dillis' Budali tailnails retracted. With tender little hands. The devilfish's body goes up and down. Strange. It looks like an intelligent creature monkey. But he couldn't feel the power of this fish. Isn't it orcs? That doesn't look like a beast. Think about it. Something went off in Dilith's head. His eyes glued to the smiling lips of the devilfish. A mantafish held down by a rogue female. It's getting red. Yes, it's red. Dilith looked at this scene in amazement. Emotional pink is all because of its thin skin. The devilfish's tail is shy. The haunting of Dilith. Spiked tail tip. Still rubbing Dillis's ambiguously. Dillis was clever and retreated 2 meters away. The look in the devilfish's eyes has also changed. It's like watching a stupid relationship. I want to eat you, but you want to sleep with me. No, second. Delise doesn't like this little door-to-door delivery. Big powder fish. Dillis really turned around and left this time. The devilfish's tail is wrapped tighter. Dillis is bored. To break the tail of the manta rays. As a result, the more you pull the tail, the tighter it wraps around. Silly Delise turns into a snake. It's easy. It escaped from the tail of the devilfish. However, due to deformation, all his clothes fell off. Dilith dare not pick it up. Afraid of being entangled again, I had to throw away my clothes and run away. He doesn't believe that this fish can still be chased when it gets ashore. Dillis was too focused on running away. So much so that he didn't see behind him. The devilfish takes human form. The picture of carefully picking up Dillis's clothes. I can't make new clothes right away without finding the needle. Therefore, you cannot immediately wear new clothes. I lost a set because of it. Clothes he likes very much. Dillis is depressed. Very depressed. On the way back, he met a lot of people who talked to him. Dillis ignores it all. To the team-based tribe. The other teams are here. The tent is also set up with a big board. However, the wooden post that the Dillis' family used to build their tent. I don't know who broke it. Lying on the ground. If it breaks a little more, it can be burned directly as firewood. You can guess with your toes. Who else in Rokosi has a problem with him? But they're all mothers. How can you still be so childish? Dillis despised him. Dillis thought of her snake cub again. And Tylos. Look down. The animal print is still intact, but the color is a little lighter. Dillis doesn't know what the lighter color means. He asked Kino. Kino just said it's okay. This is the answer no matter how Dillis asks him. Of course Dillis didn't believe it, but he doesn't tell himself. It's useless to force him yourself, isn't it? Dillis isn't going to pick up the pieces. Lying on the ground with my arms on my back, looking up at the sky. Wait until evening. Kino came back with the murderer in his mouth. Knox looked at this mess. He roared and wanted to settle accounts with the beast, but I don't know who to settle the bill with. Dillis stopped him. There's no evidence whatsoever. Even if you find the right person to settle the bill, they will. Let's put that aside for now. Dillis and Kino went looking for a big rock together. It can barely accommodate the size of two beasts. Knox quickly emptied the stone. The bottom is sanded slightly flatter. In this way, the stone house will not roll around on the ground. Dilith Jean-Claude. In the stone house where the door is made, I dug out a few peg-shaped stones. Take the hides hunted by Kino, cut to a size slightly larger than the door. Then make a few holes on the short side. Hanging on a stone in the shape of a hook. Such a simple door curtain is ready. It's late at night after everything is done. During the rejuvenation of Beihai, orcs eat big pot rice. That is, all the orcs' dinners are in one. Roast on a big campfire. Kino goes to the campfire, baked their birthday dinner. And Dilith dove into the food. Although the big salt chicken is very hot, but it can also be windy at night, and because they're at the beach now. So the style of blowing outside is cool. Traveled for days on end. Sleepy is more important than... So Dilith waited for a while and got sleepy. Getting ready for bed, Dilith was awakened by a cool breeze. Open your eyes. The curtain of food has been blown open more than half. The scenery outside is unobstructed. No privacy at all. He quickly got up from the food. The house where the stone sits is small. But it's cool, dry and strong. Although it takes up the convenience of cooling. But he doesn't want to expose his privacy because of his greed for the cold. So Dilith had to lure out the food. Squatting on the ground to study the fixation of the door curtain, press with a stone. Absolutely not. Finally, Dilith decided to take 2 positions on either side of the door corner and make an inverted hook. The hide is elastic and can be easily hung on. So the curtain is fixed. Privacy is completely obscured, but the house is stuffy again. Dilith's fidgety white tail waited until Knox came back. I'm not in the mood to eat. Dilith directs Knox. Make a hole in the wall of food. Large area on the outside. This side of the room is smaller. The cross-section is similar to a trapezoid. And to this side of the house, the opening should be slightly upward. When the wind comes in, it hits the roof first. And it goes on and on and on. So you don't have to blow it directly to yourself when you sleep at night. Good for your health. I remember saying so in a previous life. I guess so. Dillis thought about it. The memory of those knowledge in the previous life is already somewhat vague. The paste has survived very well in the Masters. Most of the time, the knowledge of the previous life is not actually used. Take ventilation. Dilith is a strong orc. He'll be fine even if he sleeps in a storm. Just take care of privacy. Dillis thought slowly. When I went to eat with Kino at the campfire, most of the orcs were staring at him. Most eyes are wild. When this happened before, Dillis must be very upset. Now Dillis doesn't even notice it. Because he was depressed. 2 years of being thin is life. He has gradually forgotten. How does a human live? From high-intelligence animals to low-intelligence animals. So sad. Although his force value is rising. Sitting with Kenelor and the others eating barbecue. Anyway, now everyone knows that he is the Holy Mercy. Dilith doesn't hide herself either. Holy Mercy. Direct semi-animalization. The upper body remains humanoid. The lower body remains in animal shape. Eating with the orcs. Life is precious. Love is more expensive. For the sake of freedom, both can be thrown away. Or be accepted. Or go wandering again. If an orc wants to restrict his freedom, then he would rather choose death. But if for a moment of freedom, just hide your identity for the rest of your life. Isn't it the loss of another freedom? So be brave. The old lady is Shang-Chi. Dillis took a big bite. The barbecue emperor is gradually fighting. The orc suddenly went into a state of alert. Kino and a few orcs sat like mountains. Dillis doesn't know, so what's wrong? Earthquake. This calm attitude, the big earthquake can't run away. The town doesn't have to run, don't worry. Sis is the Scorpion clan coming. The head of Kenora Dillis. Lore and Rachel. Naturally, he also heard Kino's words. But they still watch out for the Scorpions. Why not tribes? Scorpions are a special race. They are also a type of lone beast. But like to live in groups, but they were united. All clans from birth to death. Will live together. Their species did not become tribes. Because Scorpions are different from other tribes. It's not about race cooperation, they only have one king. All Scorpions. All serve the highest level King Scorpion. Or absolute monarchy. Is that word absolute monarchy? Dillis doubted his memory again. No. Dillis decides, change your lifestyle when you go back. The life of drinking blood like Mao can no longer be lived. He wants to pick up the wisdom of humanity. We must not allow our intelligence to deteriorate. The Battle of the Earth lasted a long time. Near the North Sea beach. Start to puff up a few little buns. And there's a hole in the dirt. Then 2 scorpion pliers appeared. And then the whole scorpion comes out. The appearance of scorpions and ordinary scorpions is much different. Dark red all over. Different body sizes. The king scorpion that Kino only showed to Dillis. It is the largest in the entire scorpion clan. But Kino is one more lap. The scorpion's tail is tilted high. The end of the tail is oval. Biko's tiger head is even bigger. It has a spike on it. As long as Dillis' palm. Kino said that scorpion tail thorns are poisonous. If accidentally poisoned, you need to be stabbed again by the tail to detoxify. After the king scorpion completely came out of the soil, the upper body transforms into a human shape. The lower body is the body of a scorpion. Both arms maintain the shape of pliers. The tail should be slightly smaller, also dark red. It looks sharp and sharp. Take another look at the scorpion's neck. No animal print, Dillis couldn't help but be surprised. Are there still orcs in this world without beast patterns? Kino explained that. Legend has it that the ancestors of the scorpion tribe were once abandoned by females, lost the beast print, become Wu-Wen beast by female. After the abandoned orcs became Wu-Wen beasts. Will run amok. Confusion. They will hurt orcs indiscriminately. Including females. Therefore they became the orcs of Wu-Wen Shou. Almost no offspring. But the ancestors of the scorpion tribe had offspring. As for why the ancestors of the scorpion tribe had offspring. Except for the king scorpion of the scorpion clan, no orcs know. Scorpion king standing on the beach. His people. They're coming out of the sand. Standing behind Wang Scorpion. Scorpion king stands still. Eggs sweep around. Just this one action. Let the beasts feel full of king's gas. In this brute force survival beast Stalis. He even felt the gold in the scorpion's body. Dillis couldn't help but look at the scorpion a few more times. Scorpion Wang's eyes suddenly met Dillis's. I don't know what he saw. The corners of the scorpion's mouth brings up an irrelevant arc. Seems to be interested in something. I was only slightly stared at. Dillis felt a sense of oppression from the strong. There is also a feeling of being watched by hunters. Dillis shrewdly looked away. The excellent genetic tradition of snake beasts. If you can't afford to offend, you can't hide from the snake. Scorpion skin. It's a Bacino bronze. Compared to Nox's muscle boulders. Scorpion King is a little leaner. Thick eyebrows, peach blossom eyes. The pupils are slightly addicted. There is a sense of anorexia. The bridge of the nose is three-dimensional. A sentimental and ruthless look. When the king scorpion swept the corpse, his head was slightly lowered. The eyes are flat. This habitual movement makes him feel rather dark. Let the beast feel, this king scorpion is definitely not a good thing. Actually, Kino also said that this king scorpion is not a good thing. A few years ago, Kino led a team to the North Sea. Huanyan was robbed of her prey several times by the scorpion clan. The amount of salt that caused their tribe to switch lanes greatly reduce. The scorpion race robbing the prey of the mainland orcs already have. And for the sake of convenience, they specifically target small tribes to grab. No guilt of bullying the weak. Kino said with a sense of justice. Upright eyes are full of indignation. Dillis guiltily stiffened and silently turned her head away. In fact, he wanted to say that if he were Wang Xie, he would do the same. Sure enough, let him cross into a lone beast as most deserving. It's not that the whole family doesn't enter the same door. No. Now he has a tribe of snakes. Should be a righteous snake to protect the tribe. Dillis thought insincerely. Because of fear of Wang Xie, Dillis wolfed down her dinner. Just slipped away. I don't want to get out of my food. Kino heard that Dillis wanted needle and thread to make clothes. Went to the beach to fish for Dillis again. Dillis always had a bad feeling. He didn't let Kino go. Night. The two beasts who haven't slept for a long time are both almost asleep. Nox wanted to sleep with Dillis in his arms. But it was slapped away by Dillis's tail. Jokes about snakes. Nox's body temperature can't be described as hot. That's a hot snake. In this great salt that kills snakes. Cool is the most important thing, not negotiable. Sleep until dawn. All 10 teams are here. The wolf leader is gentle. There is a slight loss of the goods they brought. But it doesn't matter. And then they would hunt in the boreal forest. Until they switch tribes, next year's salt will leave. Classic play cargo wolf team leader arrangements include Nox. Orcs including Lore Rachel. Go to the northern forest to hunt beasts. Has exchanged salt with the sea orcs. Delise wants to go too, but his needle hasn't dropped yet. He has to get his needles and clothes first. Subsequently, the wolf leader took a few squad leaders to the coast. I don't know what they discussed. After a while, the wolf leader commands an eagle beast. Took a green coral from the sea. Same time, Dylith sees another tribe of orcs. I also went to the North Sea to fish out a coral. After a while, the two sea orcs came ashore. They come straight out of the water in human form, a cloak made of seaweed. Wrapped his head and body in it. It should be to avoid the sun. Dillis couldn't tell what race they belonged to. But one of the sea orcs has a killing ear. The other one didn't. Dillis guesses they are not of the same race. After a while, there are also mainland orcs, took different species from the sea. And color coral. There are a few different, the sea orcs of the race are coming up. Dilith was sure that it was floating on the sea. Covered coral, it is a visit post left by the sea orcs to the mainland orcs. Son Wolf Clan leader, with the beast with ears. People discussed a few words, the orcs listened carefully. Nodding every now and then. Her skin is extremely white, obviously male, but the facial features are unbelievably soft. Eyebrows and seaweed, the hair exposed in the hat is light blue. The nod is slow and graceful. It feels like a gentle boy. Delise passed them in human form. Take advantage of the lively seaside. Don't worry about the scorpions being bullied. Lone orc. Delith hurried to the beach to fish and testify. Deli happened to be here at the same time as Deli's. The orc with the earband saw Deli. Nod slightly and say hello to Deli. Deli also rarely raised a clean smile. Then went to the beach. I didn't even look at Dillis during the process. Dillis, there is no hatred of old age and death. He looked at Deli with great interest. Interact with sea orcs. Guess this sea orc is the same as Deli. People in groups, otherwise with Deli's proud character. I'm afraid it won't be such a friendly interaction. But why isn't Deli like the sea orc? Do you have an ear? Because Deli is a saint? Staring at it for a long time, the sea orc just wants to ignore. Delise is also difficult. He had to turn around to greet Dillis. Wolf Chief, congratulations to your tribe for adding another saint this year. The Wolf Chief smiled slightly and introduced the Sea Clan orcs. Sylvain, this is Delise. It is the Snake Clan shrine that newly joined the tribe this year. The Wolf Chief is a very social orc. After speaking, he also introduced to Dillis. Dillis, this is the son of the Mermaid Patriarch, specializing in transactions with mainland orcs. Although the relationship with the Wolf Chief is awkward. But the Wolf Chief is so face-saving. Of course, Dillis is fine. Do some surface work. He went over and took Sylvain's hand. As expected of the sea orcs, even the temperature of the hand is as cold as the deep sea. To think that Deli had just turned into a mermaid. Went for a swim in the sea, Dilith also moved to go swimming in the sea. Gree is not afraid that Shang-Chi's identity will be exposed and cause trouble. Then he shouldn't be afraid, right? Severn's hands are so cold and comfortable. Delise clenched her hand. Expressionless, but instead of saying you look so good, Dillis shut up abruptly. The dimples in my mouth came out. Bad idea, said. Sure enough, he said he had been under the influence for a long time. IQ will degenerate. Sure enough, Sylvain smiled even more awkwardly, and he wanted to take his hand back. As a result, Dillis pressed her hand too hard. He was a male and didn't pull it back for a moment. Such a noble fish as Sylvain, where have you ever been so hooligan? It's hard to say. He couldn't help but look at Dillis again. No, could it be that his male is not taking good care of him? A handful of bones. Look into Doe's eyes. His eyes are also surprisingly big. Shiny. I stared at Sylvain clean as hell. But somehow there are some saints. What is this female doing? Could it be that you have a crush on him? Diorcs are extremely beautiful. Severn doesn't even look down on the females of his own tribe. Not to mention this ugly female snake. At the thought of this, Sylvain's complexion got worse. In hindsight, Billis let go of Sylvain's hand, looking innocently at Sylvain with wide eyes. Regret yourself for being quick to apologize. But Sylvain didn't want to talk to him anymore. He had no choice but to turn away silently. The body becomes stiff from embarrassment. Walking smells like penguins. Mangoli straight with pink hair in the sea. A pink hide around his waist. Shake it like Dillies. Come to the shore. Diane remembers that the morning sun is still warm. Mangolili did nothing to protect himself. Pink from the sun. But he doesn't seem to feel it. A pair of clear eyes glued to Dillith's body. Dillis takes a step and he takes a step. Occasionally a wave comes. Mangolili fell against a bright wall. He fell a little too loudly. Just stopped. Dillis ready to catch fish. I was drawn to him. Mangolili rose again from the sea. And I saw Dillith with her big eyes open. Staring at him curiously, the movement is more rigid. Come swaying. Dillis narrowed her eyes. Little things learn from him and laugh at him. Dilly straightened up and walked enchanting 2 steps. And then you turn around and you see this little guy with pink hair. Said it was a little boy. Actually, Mangoli is not small at all. more than 2 meters tall, lean, exactly the size of a grown man. But Mangalili's facial features are very immature. That's why Delise calls him a little boy. Mangalili's shoulders are wider. Upper body muscles are more developed, but it's a little less developed than Lori. Your upper body is developed because he is an eagle beast. Flying requires the use of upper body muscles. So developed, but what fish in the sea have wings? And swims with wings? Dilys thought of the devilfish she met yesterday. Pink hair, pink eyebrows and eyelashes. Even if you look at his earlobes, you can't see the animal print. Yesterday's devilfish didn't have beast patterns either. So is this little man still a devilfish? Sure enough, little pink boy. The child also took 2 steps like Dilith. A big man walks enchanting. It's incredibly powerful. Dilys pointed at him and laughed. Mangoli's hair turned light red. The cheeks are bulging like a small fish trying to get angry, running over in a mess. Dilys thought he was coming after her. Just ran away. Mangoli saw Dilys run away and catch up with messy steps. And I fell a few times. Dilys fell further. Mangolili can't catch up with Dilys. The expression becomes sad, squatting in the water and never moving again, head buried in his arms looking hurt. Dilys felt guilty in hindsight. A little beastman of the sea race wants to learn to walk. And laughing at him? Dilys, who thought she was older, walked back guiltily. Tell me about Manglieri, who quickly rolls himself into a ball. Manglieri rolled to the other side. Don't let Dilys touch him. Dilith scratched her head awkwardly. Sorry to bother Manglieri again. Went to the other side to catch fish again. He soon caught a big fish, dragged the fish ashore, just sat on the shore and started dissecting the fish. Instead, Mangolili went ashore, squatting not far from Dilys. Dilys looked at him. It turns out this fish knows how to keep its distance. No offense to Dilys' safety margin. I don't care about him. At this time, one after another, the sea orcs came ashore. They hold salt and conch. Exchange with the mainland beastmen. Dilys is not very good at dissecting fish. I only know that I want the bones of the fish. Even if you want to avoid wasting food and grill the fish, you have to at least take out the scales and guts of the fish. The fish are not dead, snapping her tail in protest of Dilith's brutality. Dilys slapped the fish on the head. Then he slid open the belly of the fish with a safe look. The internal organs were scattered all over the place. Mangoli couldn't help but swallow. Take a step back quietly. To avoid staining the skirt, Dilys crouched in place. Take the fish as far as possible and dig a hole. Pour all the internal organs in. There was a lot of blood in front of Dilith. For a female? The picture is very bloody. Mangolili couldn't help but think of yesterday. The picture of Dilys preparing to operate on herself. Swallowed again. Handle the fish. Pull out a few stab needles. Dilys pulls the spicy grass out of the muddy forest. Just picked up a crab from the shore. Smash the grass. Stuffed into the belly of the fish. Put it aside. Dilys took the fish bones again. Claw with bestiality. Smooth the fish bone little by little. In the end, Dilith was stumped by drilling. His nails are sharp, but not detailed. Fishbone is too thin. His nails can't be drilled. It's being torn. Mangolili put his tail. Reach out tentatively. There is a very sharp and thin thorn between the tail of Fufin. Just right for drilling. Look at him and say this little fart. It's the same fish from yesterday. Now the varieties are all right. Off topic, pull it back. Mangolili probed. Put the tip of your tail on the bone. Dilith suddenly took the fish bone into her arms. He's wary of what you want. Mangolili blinked his big pure eyes. I can help you. The boy's voice is clear and clear. And a little sweet. But Dilisi, I will never be bought off by the hobby of this little milk dog. He continues to be vigilant to the conditions. Mangolili was taken aback. It's only natural for males to help females they like. This female has to give him something in return. Mangolili winked and said no. Free pie in the sky. Dilys is confused. Decisively withdrew the needle. He left with his fish in his arms. Mangolili is confused about what pie. Dilys is gone. Keeney found out that Mangery didn't call him. I had to turn around and be a little hesitant. A surprise 10 needles. Mangolili thought for a moment. Smile sweetly. So Dilith crouched down next to Mangoli. Watch him puncture his own needle with a tail stab. I don't know why. The needle breaks every time it is halfway through. Mangoli frowned. It's Mangolili. What's your name? Dilys. Oh, Mangoli, pull out a long note. Raise the broken true Dausisi in your hand. The thorns of this fish are not suitable for cooperation. Sisteris doesn't want to have... Among the significant other orcs. Call him Sisi just wanted to correct. Mangoliri. Immediately after, I know what fish's thorns can make. The strongest needle, but it's hard to catch that fish. I would have made a needle for you directly. You want to give me a yellow beast? And teach me to walk. Dilys made a deal immediately. And Mangolili went fishing. Today, Luxor's hunting party has set off. Because it's dangerous to be alone. So Dilys can't go hunting today. The hides can only be exchanged for Mangolili tomorrow. As a result, Dilith's new clothes are another day late. Can't go out hunting. Dilith decided to go swimming in the sea. But swimming? Dilys doesn't want to take her clothes to swim. So I decided to go back to 15 and take off my clothes first. Go straight to the sea in animal shape. I heard that there are also many fish and sea murderers in the sea. Dilith wants to hunt. But the sea is basically full of sea people. Tribal territory. Dilith went to ask around. There was nowhere he could hunt. It seems that I can only go swimming in the sea to relieve my boredom. I ended up halfway out. Met early in the morning. Ayeka and Arya, who came out to play. I heard that Dilith is going to swim in the sea. Excited to follow. Their significant others don't trust them to go to sea, even with the protection of Saint Zadiris. So I insisted on following up. Result. Delisa's happy solo walk turned into a group of friends again. The big team set off in a mighty manner and went down to the sea. It's okay to just go to sea. Dilys carries Eye on her back. Ka and Arya are swimming in the water. Changing positions. Let the two little magnets be too much and addicted. Dilys threw herself into the sea. Blue in sight. A variety of diving fish and seaweed corals are colorful. A dazzling array. It's a pity that I ran away when I saw Dilys. Dilys is a little disappointed. Decided to swim a little deeper. But I, Ka and Arya's significant others are worried. Their significant others go to the deep sea, and Dilith puts the two magnets down. Regardless of the protests of the two little magnets, went to the deep sea alone. The deeper you go, the deeper you go. The darker the color of the seafloor. Dilith's heart is beating more and more, until you reach a cliff at the bottom of the sea. Seagrass coral. The shellfish suddenly disappeared. Dilith lay on the edge of the cliff and looked at the bottom of the deep sea. I don't know how deep the ocean is. Not a single creature in sight, quiet like a sleeping beast. The abyss of the sea, like the bloody mouth of a beast. As soon as you walk past it, it will be completely engulfed. Dilith, I can't help but think of the stone beast in the forest pool again. The jellyfish floats at the bottom of the pool. As deep as the bottom of the sea at this time. It was terribly dark. Dilith flinched. He knew it was a psychological shadow. Need to overcome, but Dilith turned and swam off to sea. Just lying on the bottom of the Qianhai Sea, motionless. What he doesn't know is, not far from the deep sea he had just left, a sea shark swims slowly by. Immediately after, a pink manta fish swept by. Haisha died so quietly. Mangalili swam ahead to sea sand. Catch the falling sand. Carry him back to his home. It's a pink house made of coral. Mangalili opens his smiling lips. 3 or 2 mouths solve the sea sand. Blood filled the perimeter of his house. Welcome to the stop of many small fish. But no small fish dared to approach him. Eat and drink. Mangalili, that's it. The thorns of the sea sand. Lift the tail and easily drill a hole. If Dilith sees this, you will definitely doubt whether you are a pornographic. The reward of the beast. Thank you very much. Not long at the bottom of the sea, Dilith has a feeling of wanting to go tuba. He went out to sea quickly. Go to the toilet dedicated to the females of Nuxor. As a result, I squatted for a long time and didn't bring it out. Dilith couldn't help wondering if she was sick. He certainly didn't suspect that he was constipated, because snake beasts have always eaten healthy. I haven't eaten too many vegetables recently. How can constipation be possible? Pork eaters eat too much vegetarian food. Vegetarian orcs eat too much meat. Omnivorous orcs, unbalanced nutrition, etc., can lead to constipation. And that's when Dearest starts thinking, will I get cancer? Empty belly. Dilith is out. Just as he was about to see which cutie it was, made him squat until his legs went numb. As a result, I saw a long snake egg. Dilith gave birth. It was born. But Dilith didn't even have a bulging belly. No, it's bulging. But not many. Just like when humans hold their pee. The stomach when you are in a hurry. Dilith thought she was eating too much lately. Eating fat, although the old veterinarian also said, when the team arrives in Beihai, he will produce. But this life is too casual. In addition to eating a little more, there was no pregnancy reaction. Even the stomach only brought a little bit. And just when he wanted to go tuba. Painless delivery. There is no sense of mother's experience at all, okay? Dilith roared inside. Then look at the soil you have dug in your heart. Soft snapping snake eggs in the pit. Meditation is born. And then, right? Dilith tries to bring home the soft snake eggs. And then it comes. Dilith thought he was finally going tuba this time. Quickly dug another pit. The pit digging efficiency is comparable to the dog in the previous life. They plop down and lay an egg. Dilith kept her humanoid chin in thought. Can you come to your teammate and tell him in amazement? How to have a baby? The answer, of course, is that no one can help him. Just in case. I really came out big and soiled the snake eggs. Dilith didn't mutate once. We'll dig another hole. And then the next egg. Dig one next. Dig one next. Just when he dug the 8th one. The younger brother's King Scorpion finally couldn't take it anymore. He opens his eyes. Quite impatiently, he got out of his brother. Dilith is still diligently digging the pit. If you dig the ground again, you will wear it. Every word. The tone will go up or down slightly. Make it easy for the beast to hear the chi and blood in his words. But when Dilith looked at the scorpion with sarcasm, when smiling, he was certain that he had heard wrongly. Nox is right. This stuff is definitely not a good thing. Shibillion doesn't know yet. I have been pulled into the snake and forbidden to associate with Blacklist. He continues until you wake the king's nap. That's what Dilith did. I'm still squatting on the ground with my butt naked. I was digging. Anyway, the posture is extremely unsightly. The image is scattered. Dilith's displeased wrinkled nose. He lacks facial nerves. I actually got angry. Angry, Dillis also mocked back. Does the king sleep under the toilet in Nuxor? Zabillion laughed immediately. It's just not that friendly. He hugs his chest with his hands, and the little female king has very keen hearing. You can easily hear half the forest away. That's your problem. What's the matter with you? Saying that, the feeling of Dillis came again. He clutched his stomach and wanted to run to the pit immediately. But in front of a big man? Standing in front of the female's toilet on purpose. He doesn't have that face. To his face. The more Dillis wrinkles her nose, the harder it gets, even if the king wants to settle accounts with me. Let me finish laying the eggs first, okay? Even if this king scorpion doesn't have beast marks. Dillis can feel it too. He is more than one level above himself. Conservative estimate. He's at least better than Tyros. Dalith, now we don't have Nox and Tylos around. I'm just a blue man again. Don't dare to provoke this scorpion easily. We had to talk to him. Zabillion didn't plan to leave. Your significant other is irresponsible. Females give birth and they're not around. When you say this, Zebrian's voice was softer. With obvious care. In fact, Zebrian is more concerned about what he thinks. Dillis is very brave. Very independent and intelligent female. Dare to go swimming in the deep sea alone. Dare to produce alone. Obviously will not produce. But smart enough to know just in case. Lay a snake egg and dig a hole. Inexplicable. Zebillion found the snake eggs in the pit particularly annoying. The urge to crush them to death. Anyway, can you let me finish giving birth first? Dilith gritted her teeth. Because the snake eggs will be suffocated due to nervousness, and Dilith's forehead was sweating from holding it in. Zebillion saw that he was fine just now. Now I'm sweating. Thought something had happened to him. In line with male to female Abu. The king scorpion doesn't specifically take care of a female. However, Wang Scorpio believes that he has a deep love. We'll take a little extra care. Certainly, this is the reason Zebillion gave herself. So Zebrian decided. Show his kindness as a king scorpion. Help Dillis. So Zebrian ignored Dilith's struggles. Carry Dilith to his brother's room. Dilith wants to struggle. Zebrian will. She pressed firmly on the soft hide. Sitting on the bed, if you don't want a vet to give birth for you. You can go now. Dillis was bought in an instant. But he wasn't convinced. Humming in the nose. Does your scorpion vet deliver babies to snakes? Zebrian gave him a strange look. Female births are all the same. Dillis has nothing to say. Finally, he gave a weak explanation. Bring the 7 snake eggs he handed. Without any momentum, he accepted Zebillion's help. Thank you for your help. Help Dillis find a scorpion vet. I went to get him the snake egg myself. Stay by Dillis's side and watch him give birth. Dillis, because of production. Wearing nothing underneath. Even the old vet didn't look at his lower body. And Zebillion was staring at him. Dillis. Baring his teeth at him menacingly, the rogue scorpion walked away. Zebrian's pick. The Plum King scorpion has never been scolded like this. He glanced at Dilith's menacing expression. He should have been angry, but he was playful. Pretending to pick up one casually. Dillis's snake egg to play with. Even the shell of a newborn snake egg is soft. In the hands of Zebrian? Dilith was worried sick. I'm afraid that Zebrian will use force. I crushed the snake egg. He quickly stopped Zebrian from letting go of my balls. This moment, Dillis felt her maternal radiance was off the charts. For the first time, I felt the sanctity of being a mother. Zebrian does small magnetism. Your fertility is good. How about my significant other? If it weren't for Jeopardy thanking Brian's strength. Dillis really wants to save a mouthful of saliva and then embryo it out. Zebrian deliberately pinched her tongue again. Dilith got straight out of bed. The hand turned into a half-animal shape and hit Zebrian's throat. Obviously going straight to Zebrian's death. This little female is so protective of her cubs, look. Aren't all snake beasts cold-blooded orcs? Zebrian just put down the snake egg. Dilith is not calm. It doesn't matter if you give birth or not. He was hitting at Zebrian with his paws open. Scratch Gabrielle's face and swear it won't stop. Zebrian hides and hides. I just can't escape Dilith's attack. I'm bored, but I can't bear to hurt Dilisi. I had to apologize to Dillis. Of course, Zebrian thinks. This is the tolerance that a king scorpion should have. Okay, little magnet. It was my fault. I apologize to you. The voice is still a little picky. But this time it was a big shock. It can be seen that Zebrian's apology is sincere. And Darius is not a stalker. In fact, if Zebrian, a little lower than Dilith is really going to kill her heart. They were all generously let go, after Zebrian laid 8 more snake eggs. The vet just announced that Dilith was out of labor. Carefully wrap all the snake eggs into a skin. Hand it to Dilith. Snake eggs require the hatching of male snake beasts. Dilith held the snake egg for a long time without moving. Male serpent. Where does he find male snake beasts? The snake beast mark on the thigh still exists. But there is no invasion of the past. Every morning I wake up. Dilith's first thing, just to see if the animal culture is still there. But it's getting lighter every day. Will he disappear completely one day? Dilith can't think. He's pregnant with Tilos's baby. Even if Tiros doesn't want him anymore, you should have a baby. It doesn't matter as long as the baby. Delis will give birth to them well. Wait for Tiros to take them away. Tilos is a powerful recipient. Delis believes Tilos will take care of the babies. No. Serpents are cold-blooded orcs. Tilos doesn't want him anymore. How can you still have babies? Of course, it is also possible that Tiros is in danger. Not as powerful as Tiros. There will be no danger. Delis thinks that Tilos will never die. He is so powerful, so Tiros must have left him. He got sick of it, but every answer breaks the snake's heart. Delis drags snake eggs full of animal skins. The heart is heavier than the egg in the hand. Brian saw Dilith for a long time without speaking. Just stare at your own snake eggs. I thought he was becoming a mother for the first time. I thought race was funny. I can't help but pick up Dilith's chin and want to tease her. And I saw Dilith's wet eyes. Big, clean eyes. Eye sockets are red. The small nostrils at the corners of the eyes shrink, as if enduring something. I didn't want her first when you cried. Brian was stunned by the monkey and stinky snake. The snakes are gone, and left me a nest of eggs. Who am I going to incubate eggs with? Stinky snake who cares about his eggs. I don't serve anymore. Dilis laid the egg heavily on the ground. Come to the ground. I can't consciously take it easy. Dilis stamped away. Brian is still digesting. There's a tremendous amount of information in Dilis's language. The result is fast. Dilis comes back in dismay. He carefully hugged the snake egg and left. Still stomping. Billion didn't know whether to laugh or cry. No tongue beast. How do snake eggs hatch? In fact, Dilith, as a saint, can also be used as a beast to hatch snake eggs, but the vet just subconsciously thinks Billion doesn't want to hear that answer. Male orcs born in the world can generally be Fudan. Dilith's ears are better than a dog's nose. He stuck his head out the door. Really? Billion was not surprised. I don't want my king scorpion's dignity to be broken. He had to endure. Squeeze between the eyebrows with your thumb and index finger. Little magnetic. Your ears are stuck in the dog's nose. Okay, so that's an analogy. However, the snake egg has a chance to survive. Dilis is in a good mood. He returned to the ground with his egg in his arms. When I went to God, because there is an egg in the bosom, mobility issues. Dilis climbed up several times but never got up. In the end, the king scorpion dragged his butt. Pushed. Dilis step on it. Nox is a viviparous orc. Can't help Fudan. Dilis thought about it. Thinking of the birth of Laura, he decided to ask Laura for help, but you have to pay for Laura's help. The last time I treated Kino, I used up all the insemination. Now Dilis is basically penniless. Dilis can't go hunting beetles. Don't dare to leave his eggs. I had to go home with the egg. Make yourself into a mosquito coil. Put the snake egg on the body with the skin attached. Close your eyes and sleep. Kino returns to Nuxer's territory. The first thing to teach your prey, just go home and see if Dilith is there. After all, Dilis is a snake beast who is unwilling to be lonely. I always like to run around when I have nothing to do. The white tiger on the beach with its strong limbs. Running happily home. The curtain must be lifted. Nox was dumbfounded. Dilis was a deep sleeper. He wasn't awake when Kino came back. It seems that the production has exhausted him in the end. Kino crouched at the door, his eyes locked tightly on the nest of snake eggs. Furry ears up and down. Put it down and put it up again. Kino's feelings are very complicated. Jealous of Tiros. I feel sorry for Dilis. He was the only significant other. In order for Dilith to be more comfortable in the department, live without exclusion, Nox has to go every day. The fallen orcs set off together. Although Dilith is a saint, can take care of yourself, but in this case, males tend to females. In the natural world, Nox still owes Dilith too much. Nox is careful. Close to Dilith, she didn't sleep well. She dreamed of the beast-eating jellyfish again, this dangerous unknown creature. He is biting towards the lake with his bloody mouth open, and on the lake are Dilith's 15 black and red. Little snake cub. And they swim around in panic, trying to get away. But the danger is getting closer. Dilith is in a hurry. It swings its tail. Nox's hobby sounds in my ears. Dilith immediately opened her eyes. You can see it. Kino, who fell on the doorway of the food. Dilith bit the snake's tail and couldn't help feeling guilty. He carefully set the egg down to see Kino. After a few minutes, Nox and Dilith were sitting on either side of the egg. And snake eggs stare at each other. Nox wanted to poke the snake egg with itchy hands. As a result, she was slapped open by Dilith. Dilith is so fierce that she can't bully snake eggs. Kno Ow, my one of the few favorites. It's going to be divided by the snake egg again, when Dilith asked to ask Laura to help him Fudan. Shikanua's expression was strange. But think about it. Dilith likes to hang out. Fudan. Dilith, of course, was reluctant at first impression. Nox is a viviparous orc again. It wouldn't have been Fudan. Of course, you can only ask. No significant other. It's Jean-Claude. Find a significant other to help you. How do you feel about this kind of thing? But I don't want to upset Dilith. Kino went anyway. Laura is currently... Come excitedly and ask Kino and Dilith to dinner. Then I heard the news. Suddenly, like 5 thunder. Incredible 2 steps back. His heart is breaking. Also as a male orc. Kino could understand Lore's despair at this moment. But significant others. The righteous Kino can't resist the guilt in the end. Dry added that snake eggs are cute. Lol's heart was broken to pieces. However, although he does like Dillis very much. But there is something about male dignity. Lore will never do it. He is angry again, desperately left Dilith's house again. Kino is back in dismay. Told Drisselor something she didn't want. Dilith doesn't respond. He blinked and was a little confused. Dillis hasn't figured out what's wrong. Didn't tell him. I'm willing to use a Zewin beast. In exchange for him, Dillis is a very confused female. Kino can barely empathize with Lori. I said, I don't know where to start. Kino could only answer dryly. Dilith really doesn't understand. I don't understand very much. Lore thinks the reward for a Zewin beast. Very little, this question. I really stumped this rough man Kino. He scratched the back of his neck in embarrassment. Sislo likes you very much. Dilith knows. But he couldn't get why Kino changed the subject. But he just laid a snake egg. Still immersed in the grief of the little snake without a father. How can it be at this time? What about Leme, who accepts Nox? So Dillis responded coldly to him. We are talking about Fudan. Kino quickly explained what I meant. The more Dillis talked, the angrier she got, and I told you, I don't like males who are weaker than me. Just finished saying this sentence, Dillis suddenly noticed her own perception. I didn't care too much because I was too tired just now. Now he clearly felt that Lore was nearby. 800 big turns into Lisa's head in an instant. He seemed to know why Kino brought up lowly. Do you like his business? Dillis immediately changed her tune. Although I know that Lore is very talented. Although I also quite like Lore. He didn't take the initiative to tell me. Did you make me a female? Take the initiative to ask him for help? And besides, my snake eggs haven't lost weight yet. Help my brat is going to die. Where am I in the mood to think about dignity? Nox was ruined by Dilith's turn. But soon enough, Nox reflects Dilith's intentions. I can't tell because I'm glad he's smart. Or sad his ruthlessness. Kino helps Dillis answer the phone to Cece. Buy an orc with insemination. Help other males bear the burden. It's a very insulting thing for orcs. Even if we need to help each other, it can only be between significant other females. Cece, I'm sure you don't want to be so wronged by Lore. Lori is a very talented British beast. Just an adult is Chingwin. I believe it won't be long before he becomes Lanwin. Even subtext. And I'm the only male by your side right now. Although I am happy not to share my significant other. But Cece, it's too dangerous outside. You need significant others. Kurno is talking about the predator, the dangers of jellyfish and unknown creatures. Of course, Dillis understands. Dillis told Nox to be optimistic about snake eggs. He walked out. Lore ran away long before Dilith got up. And along the way, Dilith struggled. He thinks of himself as a cold serpent. Ruthless is his nature. For their own children, he can trick a male orc into robbing him. Just to be able to hatch their own children. I don't like people just to take advantage of him. What a waste of someone's most precious travel opportunity. What's the difference between this and delaying people for a lifetime? He is such a bad snake. No, the worst snake is Telos. Dillis stops. I thought angrily. Just say why Telos. He has to clean up the mess left behind. He is not a snake beast with a love brain. He doesn't like it. He doesn't care about Tyros. Anyway, at first, he just thinks Tyros is nice to him. It was only when he was strong that he promised Garou, Dillis is such a snob. Eyes are so weak. Snake. The snake beast pattern that floated to the thigh out of the corner of the eye. The animal print is a little lighter than this morning. Dilith's heart hurt a lot. The eye sockets start to heat up again. Dillis can't walk anymore. Lori looked at Dilith from a distance. It just stopped. Lol's heart actually hurts. He knew that Dillis and Nox were acting. It's to make Lore willing. Robbed with Dillis. Let Lore help him incubate the eggs. It's all for Telos eggs. Dillis despised his weakness. Dislike his young age. These Lores are acceptable. Lore can meet Dilith's requirements. Constantly hunting and upgrading, but Dillis didn't like him. Just want to use him. Lore couldn't ignore this fact. Why should you like it? What a cold-blooded female. Lore can't help but think. He sat down against the tree. Spread your legs and look up at the sky. It's an action that reveals despair and confusion. Holding the leaves and looking at the sky. My father said that the life of Yin Shou has two major responsibilities. One is to protect tribes. The second is to take care of females. Father says if females don't like you, remember to be brave and let go. Barely female in herself. Is that so? Life becomes difficult for both the female and herself. Father said that females like powerful orcs. Loves considerate orcs. They all like good-looking orcs. Luora couldn't help but touch her face. He is not strong enough, not considerate enough, not pretty enough. Yes, Dillis has no reason to like a male like him. Lore glanced back at Dillis reluctantly. Dillis is still standing there motionless. I don't know what I'm thinking. Suddenly Dillis raised her arm and wiped her eyes. Rubbing his face again. Force yourself to smile sincerely. and just keep going. But snakes are born without facial nerves. No matter how sincere he smiles, it's always like a smile. Especially now that he's in a bad mood. The smile is uglier than a ghost. Lore thinks Dillith is so cute. The eyes touch Dillith's eye sockets, and the small nostrils at the corners of the eyes, all red. I can see that I just cried secretly. Lore's eyes fell on Dillith's lap again. Significant other wrinkles are fading. Means significant other lives are being lost. He had been watching the wrinkles change for days. Faded. I am afraid that the longevity pattern will be completely gone in a few days. Lore began to feel sorry for Dillith. And Dearest didn't go overboard. He is also very helpless. His significant other suddenly disappeared. Leave a nest of snake eggs. No significant other during the birth. The baby I finally gave birth to now. All face the end of dying in an egg. Think of this. Lore sighed heavily. Step out from behind the tree and make eye contact with Dillis. Father said that the female you like should work hard to get it. Dillis has a lot of words in her mind. But I did see Lore. Dillis can't say anything. A deep sense of guilt kept him from opening his mouth. Delise, while enjoying. Shut up at the same time. Sparkling sea. The night sky is orchid with stars falling. A little sea breeze blew Lore's hair. His eyes droop, eyebrows twisted in a sad arc. Dillis looked at the half of her face shrouded in moonlight. Secretly sigh inside. The sea at night is really a melancholy color. And Lore said, Dillis, can I be your significant other? Dillis looked at her with her tender face. But have adulthood, the same height and lean figure. I can't even say the manuscript with thousands of words in my belly, he replied stupidly. Lal suddenly pounced on Dillith and hugged her. It looks like a lot of movement. In fact, the force is very light when hugging it. It seems that he is afraid of hurting Dillis. Dillis pays her back. He patted Lore on the shoulder. I really want to say sorry. But now Dillith can't say. Lore followed Dillith back to the eatery. Dillis just laid snake eggs today. Not suitable for travel, but Lore is a very trustworthy orc. Hatched snake eggs for Dillith that night. Watch Lore turn into a beast, slowly moving towards the snake egg. Dillis couldn't help but ask, really won't crush the egg? Lal had to lift his butt again, demonstratively poking the egg with his foot. Snake eggs have become hard. Dillis is relieved. I heard that the snake clan receives human eggs. Incubation period decreased as the father rose in rank. Tilosti snake egg. The estimated incubation time is about 10 days. Dillis can't wait for the snake to come out now. But as a mother, you have to be patient. Not until the day the little snake is born. Dillis educates herself so. Yesterday, Lore was at 15 Lifudan. Nox and Dillis go hunting. It was easy to call and promise to exchange to. The yellow beast of Mangalili. He hunted faster on purpose. Didn't rest at noon. Beat up all your prey. Give it to Kino and bring it back to tribal territory. Dillis first took the beast to the beach to find it. Mangori. Mangalili was probably a very powerful orc. Dillis is just getting close. Mangalili felt it. Emerged from the sea. Dillis gave him the beast. Mango. He walked around the beast in a weird way. It seems to be checking the account, and then a satisfied nod. Turned back to the sea. Don't know where to go. Took out a small piece of animal skin that was wrapped in it. Then open it layer by layer in front of Dillis. Finally, the exquisite workmanship inside is revealed. 10 guzheng of different sizes. But this time, Dillith's attention, it's not on the guzheng at all. Instead, he stared closely at the animal skin wrapped in the guzheng. This is a tender green skin. You don't need to touch it to know that it is a smooth and cold material. In the sun, he even has broken colored dots. Very nice. People like this fancy color when they get old. Dillis is like this now. And this animal skin can be used to wrap the guzheng. Indicates that he is sturdy. Animal skin can have such a smooth texture. 80% are bottom caught. Dillith is afraid to go to the deep sea. Nature is not self-sufficient. This beautiful animal skin. Mangalili pretended not to see it. I fiddled it twice with my fingers. Guzheng scratches the hide. The soft hide followed his fingers. Changing brilliance, and Dillith couldn't even pull her eyes out. Mangalili's smile deepened. His eyes fell on Dillith's flat abdomen. Pretend to be casual. Our tribe gave birth to 2 little mermaids yesterday. Their mother gave them, made small clothes of various colors. Some use coke sand. It's kind of like a little bit of transparent burnt sand. Some were made of fish skins of various colors. This morning, one of the little mermaids was wearing a little pink skirt, playing in the horde. Many little orcs envy him. His mother's craftsmanship is simply too good. Mangalili said to himself. Look focused. It seems like I'm really recalling such a thing. However, but if it were another orc who had seen the world, all know, how can a male mermaid be transformed at birth? Also wearing a small skirt. Nonsense, I can only bang this stupid 3-year-old snake. Sure enough, the more you listen to Dillis, the brighter your eyes will be. Until the end, Dillis was decisively accepted, bought it and promised to give it to Mangalili. A blue beast. Changed the skin of a Lanwin sea beast. Of course, the good one. And Mangalili suddenly changed his tune. Difficult to say bad. I just forgot something. Lanwin sea beasts are not easy to hunt. I do have a ready-made one at home. But he is now. I have already released the news to sell it. I guess I'll be back later. There will be orcs looking for me to buy animal skins. Dillis is really in a hurry. No. You kept that skin for me. I can make up for the Lanwin beast tomorrow and exchange it for you. Where are the orcs so easy to hunt? And you just got promoted to Lanvin. I don't know who I'm talking to in Mangoli Dukushima. I'm in a hurry to sell that hide. Dylith immediately ran into the forest. I'm going hunting now. Mangalili sees this snake so incomprehensible. Stop him now. Why don't you make me a dress? I'll give you that beast skin. Dillis thought about it. That's a good suggestion. He immediately took out the gujang he just got. Take off a piece of your own hair. Tell Mangalili to fetch his hide. I learned a new way to make pants a while ago. Since you want to change the hide as good as Mangoli. Of course Dylith has to try to make it as good as possible. So he can ask Mangalili in the future. Give him more hides of sea beasts. So all night, Dillis is helping Manjari make clothes. Kino hunted back, come to the beach to find Dillis. When I saw her from a distance, I shouted. Dillis turned around and waved to Kino. I just wanted to introduce the two beasts to each other. Turns out Manglieri doesn't know when not to. I saw the big white tiger running over and turning into a human form. Cece, why are you sitting here alone? Nox looked down and saw the hide in his hand. They didn't. Cece, where did this animal skin come from? Dillis said as she looked for Mangalili. A sea orc asked me to help him make clothes. In exchange for his hides. Nox understood at once. Does his hide look good? Dillis chickpecks rice. He raised the animal hide being sewn in his hand. Looks better than this. I want to change it to make clothes for the babies. Kino fell silent for a while. He can speak. Little cubs don't have to wear clothes until they reach adulthood. If you need to wear it, you have to wait until you reach adulthood in 2 years. Is it too early to do it now? Forget the significant other, happiness is the most important. Nox smiled and rubbed Dilith's head. Let's have dinner. Lol hatched eggs and food for a day. When I came out, I was in a trance, like a lifetime away. I forgot the prototype. He was walking on 2 short legs, waddling out to eat. He's already a father before he gets married. The experience is so indescribable. Lol is even thinking. After the snake is born, will you call him father directly? In the evening, Lol hatched eggs for another night. The next morning, Lor went out hunting. He said the snake eggs are now stable. Just apply it every half day for half a day. Dillis doesn't want to leave the egg. He was clutching his snake egg to a clearing in the middle of tribal territory. The honors are having a barbecue. These barbecues are not for them. It is specially used for the exchange of salt. Sea orcs are afraid of fire. They never eat cooked food. Even marine females. Therefore, in the days when it was rare to meet the orcs of the mainland, they will be very welcome. Swap salt for freshly baked deli. This stage, barbecue in exchange for salt. It's just scattered. Because the sea orcs, except for the period of the Great Salt Exchange. Sun salt on the beach. From drying salt to refining this year's stage. The salt is personally owned by the sea orcs. They will hand over some of the salt to the tribe. As salt water, the tribe traded the salt for bacon the following year. According to each sea tribe, the amount of salt contributed by orcs, give it to them, corresponding bacon. Certainly, you can also exchange fruit to the inland or something. It depends on the continent each year, what would tribes give in exchange. When Nox explained these things to Dilith suddenly thought about storing fruit. Such a hot day, but a good opportunity to dry the fruit. Dillis immediately asked Kino to pick the fruit. With last time Dillis, the unpleasant experience of producing alone, Nox didn't want to leave this time. Dillis, just stay by Dilith's side. Thin clothes are actually very simple to make. A lot was done yesterday. I did it again this morning, and Dilith had all the clothes ready. Dilith holding clothes. Nox held the snake egg and wanted to go with Dillis. Dillis won't let. Mangalili suddenly disappeared yesterday. Dillis. It is speculated that Mangrieli deliberately hid. For whatever reason. Anyway, Manglieri didn't want to see Kino. Dillis went alone with her clothes in her arms. Kino thought it was nothing. When Dillis was going to the beach alone, it's hard for Kino not to think too much. The female in the family quickly moves on. Or the sea orc chasing Dillis. Dillis doesn't want to cause trouble by himself. Kino felt the need to take a look. So after sending Dillis away, Kino followed quietly again. Kino is 1 level higher than Dillis. So Dillis doesn't know about Nox. It was Mangalili who sensed that Dillis was coming. Just about to float ashore happily. But suddenly I felt an unfriendly sight. Just popped ahead. Mangalili sank vigilantly again. So Dilith waited by the sea all afternoon. Didn't wait for Mangalili. I thought it was something wrong with Mangoli. Wrong, he decided to come back tomorrow. But Kino totally understood. This sea orc. I'm afraid it's a level above the child text. There are powerful orcs pursuing Dillis. Of course Kino was happy to accept it. After all, 1 more orc can protect Dillis. Dillis is more safe. But if there wasn't some hidden secret. Why don't you dare to show up? I didn't see Dillis today. Mangolili returns to the deep sea alone. The further down you go, the dimmer the light gets. The sea is not without light. There are all kinds of colors in the tribe. The beads in the form illuminate the orcs. Colorful orcs come and go. Look far away. The seafloor is bustling and brilliant. But this prosperity and splendor do not belong to Mangolili. Smiling devilfish around their house. Swim slowly. This coral is very different from the tribes in the distance. There is only such a coral house in a radius of dozens of miles. No bead lighting. No friendly little fish came to greet him. It's dark. The only color is Mangolili. Yet the only bright color is alone in the deep sea. Undoubtedly the most dangerous existence. Beasts always come looking for trouble. Mangolili kept smiling. He slowly swam into his house. He lay quietly on his bed. No sleep, no food. Just stay still. What blessing has been extinguished? Dillis held the snake egg and looked at Kino in shock. It's impossible. Manglieri is really a floating fan. Dillis was afraid he had mistaken the animal, and specifically Kino, describes the bestiality of Mangolili. Kino told him with certainty. If there is more news about Fufin, Kino will not know. The two beasts returned to the tribe. Lol is back too. When he left this morning, I specially carried a single-room bag made by Dillis. Go out. I came back with a bag full of fruit. Dillis patted Lore on the head. Already encouraged, Pull knocks. Went to the campfire with Lore for a big pot of rice. Lore has taken on the responsibilities of a stepfather. Take snake gall everywhere. And Dilith was very grateful to him for that. Day 3 in Beihai. Something big happened. Many orcs who enter the forest to hunt today were attacked. Lori's squad leader is a tiger beast. Also attacked today. The vet just looked at the tiger beast's injury. Make sure the tiger beast is crippled. In the team that came to rejuvenate this time, there are quite a few Zywin orcs. It's easy to choose an orc as a squad leader. But most fingerprint orcs have significant others. Plus on the way to Beihai, something so bizarre happened. The orcs who signed up for the squad leader for a while. Very few. At home just to balance the tribe. The power of each race of orcs. There are a few tiger beasts that serve as plants. If you don't use the tiger beast as a substitute this time, I'm afraid that the tiger patriarch will not be happy. Nox heard about it. After thinking about it, he decisively took over the position of the squad leader. Last time he ate too many beast spirits in one go. Now it basically belongs to the strength of the peak fingerprint. He became the team leader without any suspense. Lead less than 500 orcs. Of course not without worrying about Dilith's safety. After all, he's the only significant other. Lore, who is about to travel, it's just the power of a kiss. Dilith had a bad relationship with Deli a few days ago. His safety is a concern. However, compared to security concerns, Nox thinks Dilith's situation in the tribe is also very dangerous. He trusted Dilly, Sri Lanka's self-protection ability. Also believe in Muxer. The defense in the territory is very safe. So what Kino needs to do most at present is a place in the tribe. Jean Deli and Hu, Turu dare not hurt Dillis easily. The second day was Lore's food and at home. Kino goes hunting. Dilith wanted to follow. As a result, because the clothes have not been given to Mangrieli yet, went to the beach again. This time Manglieri finally showed up. Dilith is also sure Mangolili was hiding from Kino. He didn't mention it. He only gave the clothes to Manglieri. Manglieri brought it as promised. Pretty shallow with broken starlight. Green hide. Dilith also fulfilled her silence. Teaching Mangolili to walk. Manglieri's unexpected silence today. There's a smile on that face all the time. Dillis was almost skeptical. This guy, does it have its own smile? Dillis Jean Manger. Lily first learned to stand on one foot, so he's familiar with the center of gravity.